Let's see what does say. All right, we here. Let's let's look to examine some things. Ayub, for whatever reason. In fact, let's do 2 and 1. We'll start 1 and 1. Let's see how this work out. Ayub. Sure, we're all definitely familiar with it. Ayub 1 and 1. Listen.
There was an Ish in the land of Uz, whose name was Ayub.
Yeah.
And that Ish was perfect and upright, and one that feared Elohim, and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 Banuth. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household. So that this Ish was the greatest of all the Anus of the east.
Yeah.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his ewe, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with him. And it was so, when the Yamim of their feasting were gone about, that Ayub sent and sanctified them.
You hear that? After they muhudi. Listen.
And rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all.
What happened now? Go back up. What happened now? At the end of what happened?
And it was so, when the Yamim of their feasting were gone about, that Ayub sent and set them apart, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Ayub said, it may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed Elohim in their hearts. Thus did Ayub continually.
Y'all pay attention to that. Ain't that something? When you just consider how things work and how people, and just the mindset that Ayub had, that he looked at with his children and the mindset that they had, he looked at the mindset that he had. If you notice, there was a difference there. There was a difference. See if some kind of way we work this out. Matayahu. Matayahu. Let me see if it's 26 and 1. We'll play with this a little bit. Y'all all right? Okay. Let's see something. Listen.
And it came to pass, when Yahusha had finished all these sayings,
what happened?
He said unto his Mathidas,
look what he said to his Mathidas.
Ye know that after 2 Yamim,
what happened?
Is the Muhadi of the Pasak, and the Ish, and the Ben of Ish is betrayed to be crucified.
Yeah.
Then assembled together the Rosh Kohan and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the Rosh Kohan, who was called Caiaphas.
Yes.
And consulted that they might take Yahusha by subtlety and kill him.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's what they consulted on doing. Jump down and give me the verse 22. Listen.
And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them.
Back me up. Give me 20. Make it 19. All right.
And the Mathidas did as Yahusha had appointed them, and they made ready the Pasak. Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, Amat, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me.
Yeah.
And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Adoni, is it I?
Yes.
And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me.
Listen.
The Ben of Ish goeth, as it is written of him, but woe unto that Ish by whom the Ben of Ish is betrayed.
Why?
It had been Taub for that Ish, if he had not been born.
Yes.
Then Yehuda, which betrayed him, answered and said, Adoni, is it I? He said unto him, Thou hast said.
Yes.
And as they were eating, Yahusha took bread and baraka it and brake it and gave it to the Methodist and said, take, eat, this is my body.
Yeah.
And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins.
At the book of Ordiyah, 22 and 13. Just kind of looking at conversation and behavior. Listen.
And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer.
No, make it 20. I got to read it down some more. 22 and 13.
I'm sorry.
Or y'all. What was you at 21?
I was at 21, yes, sir.
Okay. Listen.
And they went and found as he had said unto them. And they made.
We don't want to burn up everybody. I know we'll try to play with it a little bit, yeah. Just so I want y'all to definitely stay tuned in. We want to make sure we get this thing right. Listen.
And they made ready the Pesach.
They made ready the Pesach.
And when the hour was come, he sat down, and the 12 apostles with him.
What happened?
And he said unto them,
what did he say?
With desire I have desired to eat this Pesach with you before I suffer.
Listen.
For I say unto you, I will not any more eat thereof until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of Elohim.
Yeah.
And he took the cup and gave thanks, and said, take this and divide it among yourselves.
Yeah.
For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of Elohim shall come.
I know it's difficult. Sometimes you think about it. Let's look at something else. At Ordiyah, since we're at the book of Ordiyah, it's interesting how we started with Ayub. Ordiyah 23. Let me hear about verse. What's the last verse now?
56.
56? Let me hear 49. Listen.
And all his acquaintance and the women that followed him from Galilee stood afar off, beholding these things.
Listen.
And behold, there was an Ish named Yahusha, a counselor, and he was a Taub Ish, and Sadak. The same had not consented to the counsel and deed of them. He was of Arimathea, a city of the Yahudim.
We're going to go back up some. Let me hear verse 30. What's the last verse in 22? 71. Let me hear 56. 22. Listen.
But a certain maid beheld him as he sat by the fire, and earnestly looked upon him, and said, this Ish was also with him.
Yes.
And he denied, saying, Woman, I know him not. And after a little while, another saw him and said, Thou art also of them. And Cuff said, Man, I am not.
Yeah.
And about the space of 1 hour after another confidently affirmed, saying, Of Amat, this fellow also was with him, for he is a Galilean.
Listen.
And Cuff said, Man, I know not what thou sayest. And immediately, while he yet spake, the cock crew.
Come on.
And the Aldani turned and looked upon Cuff. And Cuff remembered the debar of Yahusha, how he had said unto him, Before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And Cuff went out and wept bitterly. And the Anus that held Yahusha mocked him and smote him.
Listen.
And when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Nabah, who is it that smote thee?
Y'all hear this? Nabah, who is it that smote thee? What happened?
And many other things blasphemously spake they against him.
Y'all got it yet? Anybody got it yet? Just from a little bit of what he said. Said what you did what? One of them might have sinned. Exactly right. EU 1:1. Give me the book of Mark. Mark chapter 15. Hold on, let me have 14. See that's what I want. We'll work it out. Listen.
There was a Ish in the land of Uz.
No, Mark. I want Mark. We'll come back and look at that. Listen.
Then Pilate said unto them, Why? What evil hath he done?
Yes.
And they cried out the more exceedingly, Crucify him.
Yes.
And so Pilate, willing to content the people, released Barabbas unto them, and delivered Yahusha, when he had scourged him, to be crucified.
Yeah.
And the soldiers led him away into the hall called Praetorium.
Yeah.
And they called together the whole band.
Yeah.
And they clothed him with purple, and platted a crown of thorns, and put it about his head.
Yes.
And began to salute him, Hail, Malach of the Yahudim.
Yes.
And they smote him on the head with a reed, and did spit upon him, and bowing their knees worshipped him.
Yeah.
And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple from him, and put his own clothes on him, and led him out to crucify him.
What happened?
And they compelled one Simon, a Cyrenian, who passed by, coming out of the country, the father of Alexander and Rufus, to bear his cross.
Yes.
And they bring him unto the place Golgotha, which is, being interpreted, the place of a skull.
What about it, Brandon?
And they gave him to drink wine mingled with myrrh,
Yes.
but he received it not.
Yes.
And when they had crucified him, they parted his garments, casting lots upon them what every Ish should take.
Yeah.
And it was the 3rd hour, and they crucified him.
Yes.
And the superscription of his accusation was written over, the Malach of the Yahudim. And with him they crucified 2 thieves, the one on his right hand, and the other on his left. And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, And he was numbered with the transgressors.
Yes.
And they that passed by railed on him, wagging their heads, and saying, Ah, thou that destroyest the temple, and buildest it in 3 yamim,
Yes.
save thyself, and come down from the cross.
Listen.
Likewise also the Rosh Kohan mocking said among themselves with the scribes, He saved others, himself he cannot save.
Yes.
Let Mashiach, the Malach of Yasharal, now descend from the cross, that we may see and believe. And they that were crucified with him reviled him. And when the 6th hour was come,
Yes.
there was Kashak over the whole land unto the 9th hour.
Yes.
And at that 9th hour, Yahusha cried with a loud voice, saying, Al-I, lama sabachthani, which is, being interpreted, My Elohim, why hast thou forsaken me?
Yes.
And some of them that stood by, when they heard it, said, Behold, he calleth Al-Yahu.
Yeah.
And one ran and filled a sponge with vinegar, and put it on a reed, and gave him to drink,
Yeah.
saying, Let alone, let us see whether Al-Yahu will come to take him down.
Yes.
And Yahusha cried with a loud voice, and gave up the Ruach. And the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom. And when the centurion, which stood over against him, saw that he so cried out,
Yeah.
and gave up the Ruach,
Yes.
he said, Truly, this Ish was the Ben of Elohim.
That's good. That's good. Let's go back and look at something in the book of EU. EU 1:1. Listen.
There was a Ish in the land of Uz,
Y'all hear this? There was a Ish. There was a man in the land of Uz. Listen.
whose name was Ayub, and that Ish was perfect and upright, and one that feared Elohim and eschewed evil.
Listen.
And there were born unto him 7 Ben and 3 Banu.
Yes.
His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she asses, and a very great household, so that this Ish was the greatest of all the Anus of the east.
Yes.
And his band went and feasted in their beth, every one his yum,
Sons, his Benny,
And
his sons went and feasted
in their beth,
in their houses,
every one his yum,
everyone his day. What
and
happened?
and sent and called for their 3 Banu to eat and to drink with them.
What happened?
And it was so, when the Yamim of their feasting were gone about, that Ayub sent and consecrated them and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Ayub said, it may be that my Beni have sinned and cursed Elohim in their hearts. Thus did Ayub continually.
That's beautiful. At the book of Abarim, excuse me, y'all, 10 and 1. We ain't gonna let y'all get too cold. We're sitting, we'll play back and forth. Feel good to me though, but I don't want to try to get too cold. We don't want to burn up and we don't want to freeze. It sure feel nice. Listen.
For the law, having a shadow of ta'ub things to come.
So when we go back and look at all this, we look at the law. And I don't know how people can say get rid of it. It say had a shadow of ta'ub things to come. Isn't that right? Which means a shadow reflects off of an image. Isn't that right? So the shadow couldn't be bad. If the shadow bad, then the image bad from which it spewed from. He told you the same thing of a well. It spewed good. If some of it bad, all of it's bad. So we come back to look at the law. We already know he telling us a shadow. Well, the shadow can only come from the image. How are we going to get rid of the shadow? How the shadow going to be bad, but the image is good? The image is good, then what spun from the image is good, which is the shadow. So we come back to look. That's what he's telling us. He said the law. Having, what is it now?
Having a shadow of good things to come.
That's all, it's a shadow. You can't make no shadow without no image. How we get it? Y'all see that shadow on that board? It's there on its own. Where that shadow come from? If the shadow is bad, then the image is bad. If the image is bad, the shadow can't be no good. Isn't that right? They're inseparable. That shadow only stems from this image. Where's the shadow? So the law came from the image. See, people are doing stuff that don't make sense. I don't know how you're going to get rid of one or the other. It doesn't make sense. If you're going to get rid of the shadow, then you got to get rid of the image. Shadow, that's law. So if I'm going to get rid of law, guess what I do? I got to get rid of the image. Somebody going to hell. That's what they said. They told us that the law done away with, right? Well, if the law the shadow, then ain't no image. Then we are all men, most men, but we can't even be saved. Yeah. See, people have been teaching us antics so long to practicality is out of the book. Yeah. It's not even the thinking. How did you get rid of the shadow and still have the image? Then you got the other ignorant-minded people that call themselves part of the Hebrew Israelites. They got the shadow. How do you have the shadow without the image? Right. You got two fools. Yeah. Both of them argue about something that's inseparable. Right. The shadow comes from the image. If there's no image, there's no shadow. Right. So you're telling me that we're still in the shadow, but you don't want to acknowledge the image. This is stupid. Where did your shadow come from? Yeah. I hate this. This is what I love. This is what I follow. Where did this come from, stupid? Right. It came from the image. The law.
Having a shadow of ta'ub things to come.
But not what now?
The very image of the things can never with those sacrifices which they offered.
This is not the very image. It sparked from here. This is the image. This sparked from here. He's telling you there's a different, but it comes from here. Could never with what?
With those sacrifices which they offered year by year.
Guess what's going to happen? I'm a lover of this. Tell me about it again. Start me off again.
For the law having a shadow.
This is what the law got. The law got a shadow. These people so stupid. He didn't say the law was having a shadow. The law got a shadow. Tell me what happened, son.
Of ta'ub things to come.
Of good things to come. But tell me what happened.
And not the very image of the things.
It's not this. Listen what he told you.
Can never. With those sacrifices.
Do what?
Which they offered year by year continually.
Do what?
Make the comers thereunto perfect.
Everybody that come to this day, if they're going to be perfect, got to come here. The only reason I gave you that, so you'll come here. Guess what, Dave? If you leave here and get him, you got to have that. Because this is what got you him. Without this, wouldn't be no that. That'll get you him. Ain't nobody getting by. Ain't nobody getting by. See, when they hear it, first thing they start hearing, get rid of. He never told you that. He was telling you there was no way for you to stay here. Come to where it sparks from. This comes from here. If this does everything this do, then there's no need for you to get here. It has some principal things that should get you here. This is what happens with our people. They get here and that's where they stay at. That's where they stay. We have to get to the image. We got to get to the image. Y'all got me? When he made a noose, he made him in the image. Basically a shadow. Everything you find up on that never got perfect. They got to come to the very image. Y'all got me? That was to drive you to get you to the very image. The yard is even one all up there. The yard. Pictogram. This is what we got to get to. The image. The image was to get the shadow that we got, was to drive us to come to get us a thirst. Do you want the very image? Where did this come from? Just like we come here and we read and we get this. This only drives us to get to one place. To be where the image is. That makes sense. This is all I need. I don't even need him to come to him to do that. That makes no sense. This is a shadow sign. This stems from somewhere. It makes no sense you want this and not drive you to where it came from. That's what put desire in my heart to want to be with him, the shadow. What sparked out from the image drive me to get to where the image is? Just principle. It makes sense. It makes sense. That's how you find so many people that have followed the law. They ain't done it. You ain't going to believe it. They didn't follow it lawfully. Can you believe you can follow the law and not do it lawfully? Now you be a lawbreaker. Isn't that right? And we're not lawmakers, huh? We just go to help establish it. Because we come out to prove that it's right. At the end of the day, it's right. Y'all got me? Listen to what else he told them. Now the law having a shadow of good things to come, but not the very image.
Of the things.
Which are what?
Can never with those sacrifices, which they offered year by year continually.
So we've already learned some principal things from the law. Huh? The law gave us, it governs, dictates a rule or behavior. That's what the law do for us. Then the law had some things set up for those that didn't. For the transgressor death, for those that were innocent, honest intent, it had some remission with those things, but it couldn't take it away. It couldn't take it away. We got something now that comes on when you get to the image take it away. So if you stay on the shadow, you'll be right back where you constantly repent, because you're on the shadow. You didn't realize the shadow was supposed to get you to the image. Y'all got me. Too many I put that step. I watch shadow follow. I don't follow shadows. What's this? I ain't got time to play with that. I want the image. You got people, they got whole show displaying out them throwing some things, make a fool. People stuck out here looking at it. Nigga, it's a hand. Ooh, that's a rabbit. That's 2 fingers and 3 balled up. Don't you be stupid. You looking at the image. Don't you be stupid. Oh, Mr. Rabbit. There you go. People they'll play with you with these shadows. The same way people play with us with the law. Now, if we follow it right, it should get us to the image. Y'all got me? What you got? At the book of Romans 10:1, we'll finish this up. See, we all have to be perfectionists. That's what Yahuwah, he's a perfectionist. Listen.
Our key, my heart's desire and prayer to Elohim for Yasharal is that they might be saved.
Why?
For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Elohim, but not according to knowledge.
You ain't going to believe what they do. Listen what happened.
For they,
being who?
Ignorant
of who?
Elohim Sadiq.
Listen at being ignorant of Elohim Sadiq. Listen what they did. Y'all heard this before. Listen what they did.
And going about
to do what, son?
Establish their own Sadiq.
And did what?
Have not submitted themselves
unto who?
The Sadiq of Elohim.
Listen what he's going to tell you.
For the Mashiach is the end of the law for a Sadiq to every one that believeth.
This should get you him. And because them, in a statement means over with, finished. Okay? Conclusion. This has a conclusion. Here, the image. Y'all got me? But where they missed it at, they've gone to do their own thing. Now, this shadow, it's got some good stuff. But it ain't going to be able to take away sin. See, the problem we had with all those offerings we used before, they were all temporary because the conscience never changed. I'm telling you from a person by experience, I couldn't fathom a conscience that a person could have that wouldn't let them sin. It almost sounds stupid. How is it you're going to live and you're not going to make or commit sin? That doesn't make sense. We're talking about willfully sinning. Because there'll be things as we progress and we learn the language we go, we're going to learn some things. And the book said when you learn about it, you ain't going to believe what he told you. He said, that's sin. When I found out something I've been doing wrong, it ain't, well, that was wrong, but I didn't sin. Now you're lying. See, we don't want to go with this fountain. We don't want no fountain of doubt. We want truth. If we're going to be saved, we're going to be saved by truth. Y'all got me? And truth is going to be reality for us. Reality for us is where as you go through him, but we're not going to willfully sin. The book says, shall we willfully sin? Because we're not under the shadow, but under the image? He said no. That wouldn't make sense. Because if I follow this right to get here, there's no way coming from here to here still coming on to vindicate me be a sinner. When I got here and I followed that right, it should have got me to a conscience of not committing sin. That's why we got to get a conscience. You got to be conscious of these things. People conscious of their speech. People, you got some pigeon-toed people, like dang, he pigeon-toed. Correct? Is that what they call pigeon-toed? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what I apologize for the pigeon. Slew-footed. But when you run, what they teach you to do? So you got to be conscious when you run. So that's the same thing we got to do. You start to put things to become conscious because you realize if he runs slew-footed, it's going to hinder him. Y'all got me? So when he runs, he realized the importance of running. Then I got to be mindful of form. Regardless, I walk like this or stand like this, I got to be conscious I'm running the race. And in running this race, in order for me to do this lawfully and compete to win, I got to be conscious of form. Although it's just natural to go back here, I got to remember to maintain this. So he has to become conscious. He can't, it's going to hinder him. So this comes to the same reality of laying aside because it's going to be a weight. It's going to cause you to lose. You got me? So regardless of how long you've been doing something or you're comfortable at it, you got to be mindful of form. Y'all got me? That's what we're looking at. So coming from here should have got us some consciousness. But especially when we get here, and it shouldn't allow us to go back. We shouldn't be regressing. Y'all got me? And that's the mindset we got to change. Now, he says hard in prayer unto Elohim is that they might be saved. Say, bam, they got a zeal, enthusiasm. Said, but it ain't according to knowledge. Because he realized they were ignorant. They didn't know something. And in doing that, you ain't going to believe what they did. They went and established their own right and did not submit themselves unto the righteousness or the Sadiq of Elohim. Now, he said that the Mashiach is, what is he again?
The end of the law for a Sadiq to every one that believeth.
If you're following the law and you're a law follower, law keeper, people's a law keeper, and you hadn't got to the image, you're not even following the law correctly. You couldn't be. You just couldn't be doing it lawfully. Don't make sense. That's the conclusion. Y'all got me? That's the conclusion. See, all the different things that people try to go and they try to put on people, there's a lot of things that I've been guilty of and a lot of people are still guilty of. We try to push a lot of ethics on people first, and all those things are good. But if we don't first teach people fear and teach people the reverential awe for him and make sure that people got a real comprehension of the value of the law system. There's a value to it, just like they teach you in mathematics. Numbers have values. What I have. So we start looking at where you place these numerals changes their value systems. Where you put people and where you put Yahuwah at changes the value system. Huh? You ain't gonna believe what some people do. Some people have thousands, but they wind up making it they one. Yahuwah gonna have to be your one. That's gonna be your everything. See, we start looking at the system. Y'all got me? When we start looking at there's a system attached to it. There's a value system in everything you do. Where you place certain things at, it's a value system. Tell somebody, I said, I'm going to go ahead and hit your kid. What some people tell you about their kids if you do something to them? You doing to me? What was it? Because that's just about him. What they going to tell you about their wife? Do something to their wife. What they going to tell you? I can't hear y'all. What they'll tell you? Huh? Kill you. This is right back again where most people put things at. Then it come down to Yahuwah, we kind of push him back. Although we might look at this being the larger number, but sometimes we don't make him our number one. Let's look at the one being the thousand, since that's the greater we have him. He's got to be your first and your greatest. Not one as far as the least in value system. You got me? As far as this numeral value system, he got to be your everything. He got to be your million, 10 billion, trillions, gazillions, smillions, but he's going to have to be your number one. See, what people are telling, what people tell you mess with their money. Okay. Kids. Wives, should just put spouse, money, or even self. It'll be number one, but that's going to be their greatest thing. So you got to be careful about how you use these value systems. Y'all got me? Because typically how we do things, believe it or not, we go from right to left, so one will be him. Since this day 1,000, that's going to be your everything. So you know what more people go right and what they mess up with us at? We start off right. Everybody else already start off wrong. It's only natural to commit sin. Look at every book they write you. They start off left. You ain't going to believe what we start off at. Right. It just makes sense, don't it? It don't make sense to start off nowhere but why would I start off anywhere but right? I'm going to start out lying, so you're going to be on the left. I'm going to start off in adultery, so you're going to start off left. Exactly. That's where we got to get us to go. See, you can have a zeal, and in your mind, you don't see everything he put us at, even in our writing. He looked at the importance of teaching you, start right. That's like with Shaul. He told him to go. You ain't going to believe where he told him to go. Go down straight street. You tell somebody, because some roads curve. Some of them dead end. He told, go on down straight street. What else you going to do if you go right? You're going to have to go straight. See, in everything we told you to do, there's a metaphor behind all the practices that we do. You start off right and you go straight. Y'all got me? That's the only way to go straight. If you go any other way, you're going to go wrong. If you don't start to put these practices into behavior and become conscious, you're going to always be a repetitive sinner repenting. Because everything you keep doing, you start off wrong. You keep starting off wrong. Before he even took him to the land, it was a constant repetitive teaching. You start off right. You can't do what you used to do after the day. Everything was about renewing. Everything you see, the people, when you get there, you're going to see the people. Don't do after them because they go left. I want you to start off right. So I want to even be in your practice. I want to be in your right. Start off right. The other nation, it just comes with, you start out here, you say, this. You ain't going to believe what this is. It's backwards. That's us. Start out right over here, that's backwards. Everybody know that's stupid. Don't nobody right, that's backwards. What are you saying? See, everybody, so many people go wrong, their right look wrong. Wrong look right, and he taught us about that. One of them that called evil good, good evil. They put darkness for light, and light for darkness. They put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. They don't realize they do it. But see, he's been showing us this the whole time. The whole time he kept trying to show us. And in our conscience, because we're not really conscious conscious worthy toward salvation. We're more conscious worthy toward appeasing people, being with groups, or having things. Just being honest, this value system kills us. This value system kills us. Where thing had to be, he got to be at the top peg of everything you got. Now, I'll say that he is for me, but then I'll get tested. Now, those tests won't be tests that I'll like, but those will be tests to prove whether or not I love him. It'll prove whether or not I love him. Because he'll say with those people, they'll say, they'll do it. They won't do it. So when you say, the book said there has to be a performance. Even Shaul, when he came back to confront one of the congregation, he talked about how they had made a commitment. He said, you was ready to do it a year ago. Mind you, the day I said, Leon, right now I'm going to give you $1,000. Leon don't want it. Leon come back a year later. Let me get that. What? $1,000. $1,000. The one you say you're going to give me. Because then it should have been in reserve if you say you're going to give it to me. But now I ain't got it. And not only that, my will to do is changed. He said, now where there was before a willingness, he said, now let it be a performance. See, you can't just put out your mind. What we've done, we practice in putting this in a simple layman term for us. We put into practice saying things, but we know opportunity to pay. Like right now, Leon, you don't need no $1,000 from me. Oh, well, that thing's scary. I'm like, can I be saved? What if I tell Leon I'm going to give him $1,000 and they ain't got it on me and they're going to be like, can I be saved? Ah! Cut the lights on. So now, what he told him, where you had a willingness to do, he said, now I needed you to do a performance. And a lot of times what happened, a lot of times we make commitment, we don't actually think we got to do everything then. I mean, I'm feeling good, this the time, but he'll say, I'll wait. I'll come later and see if you still got that same willingness. See, that's what we got to do. We're trying to get to the point of keeping a continuing mind. See, and we'll tie this in a little bit, and you'll kind of hopefully see how it all kind of play together. You will at the end of it. That's what we do, according to Yahuwah. But that's what we want to be able to do. And what happens a lot of times, once things change or something happens, because my financial status could change, something can happen to a truck or a car, anything can happen. I can get locked up, some engine can blow, and I ain't got it. Now, he can call me the record and say, where you had a willingness at one time, now I need you to do a performance. See, when you put yourself out to do things, you got to be able to make sure you keep yourself, you in a constant that you can perform. Because I put out my mouth and said, what I won't do. Well, he going to call me at some time that's going to be inopportune times. And you know what he going to be looking for? I'm going to need that performance. I'm going to be like, now? Do you know what I got going on right now? Do you know how I feel right now? Where there was a willingness, I'm going to need you to do that now. Matter of fact, it's better if you do it for me right now. See, this is going to prove whether or not you love me. So now I know what you do. But in trying you, it's all going to show where your love is. Because a lot of us say things, I've been in church, just reach out and tell somebody I love you. Well, come on, how much love? I don't even know you. Right. I'm feeling good right now I said it because I don't feel like I'm going to have to do nothing for you. That's just being honest. How many of y'all been in church like they turn to somebody and tell them you love them? Yeah. I love you, nigga, I don't know you. And when I leave, you better be gone. Yeah. Don't be holding me up. I ain't trying to talk, because you trying to get through. Especially if you was a member of a big, you trying to hurry up. They be praying, you be trying to step out that aisle. So you trying to get a man for, you know what I'm saying? You trying to go because the parking lot crowded. How many of y'all have been to church? You been like, I'm trying to get the parking lot. You get stuck. Yeah, I love you. I love you. The more I don't see you, the further you stay back. The more you ain't got to do nothing for. I love you to death. Tell me you ain't nothing but sugar, stay sweet. Call them bee honey. Isn't that right? Now, when I got it out, then you be gone, honey. So this is what we started. Y'all like that? 900. Sex with chocolate. Y'all know good and well there's one out there. That's 999,769. No, 70. I had put a note on y'all didn't hear it. I really 69, but I know somebody didn't hear it. But again, what are we looking at? Being able to perform regardless of our situation. You know, athletes, actors, singers, all these people practice to be able to perform regardless of situation. Don't you know if anybody ought to be skilled in their position, it's us, because we constantly going through this regiment to learn. It does not matter what comes, you still got to perform. Y'all got me? That's what athletes do. Go out there. Athletes play injured. When they go to bench, it's simply because I cannot. Yahusha told one of the athletes he had on his team, Cuff. He said, when you were young, you didn't believe what he did, Dave. He went where he wanted to. He said, but when you're old, going to carry you where you would have. And he going to gird you, signifying his what? So it's going to get a time, it's going to get outside my ability. But now we're looking at why this ain't your ability. You got to make the space opportunity to make sure you can perform. When you call the point, you got to act. When we all said we confess, we all had a time in our life that we were honest and we said we want to be saved. At any cost, some of us, hopefully all. But a lot of us had in our heart, we were honest, we want to be saved. Whatever we had to lose, whatever it's going to cost us, we want to be saved. But did we really look at what that entailed? Did we, you know, and that, when you said, I remember I've been high. I ain't talking about cocaine high, I'm talking about high on the blood of Jesus. Where you confessing and you I mean, when you, I'm talking about you saying, right now my whole family could die. That's called, this to be practical. They ain't finna die right now. Right now ain't the time they're gonna die. You saying it now. If your whole family fell down, you be like, oh, blank. Oh, tackle box, the whole tackle box. And the other tackle box on the shelf. Because you say, but you ain't really looking for none of this stuff to happen. I'll go if I gotta go by myself. You feeling good right now. Real high. And say a lot of times we don't consider, but then he'll come back and he'll say, I'm gonna need you to perform that. I'm gonna need you to perform that. That's when it get tight. That get tight, but that's a good thing because at a point, if you're not where you need to be, you got an opportunity to look at what you got to do. I need to get myself where I need to be. Huh? And if you're on where you need to be, and it come along and solidify that you ain't just, you gotten to a point that what you're doing ain't just what you're saying, that's what you're demonstrating. Y'all got me? And this is when you got to be able to show whether or not, when I make conversation, listen, when I tell y'all I've been standing, I've been through things, I've seen things happen, things come at me, people come. Listen, I've been testing a lot of end, and that ain't to a boast of brag, but I've been through just enough. Well, I'm letting them move. But see, had I not gone through what I've gone through, I'd just be talking. Y'all got me? So a lot of time when tests coming, we got to get to a point, and I always look at me as, I'm so bad, I'm so wicked that things happen or things try me or things come at me, I lose things. I tell you, come to see, hey, you ever thought about, I considered you. I needed somebody that could perform. You know, whether it's basketball or football or baseball, the people they put out there first are people they feel like they can count on. Nobody start with the bench. You there if I need you, if something else happens, or somebody tired to bring you in for a minute, to bring in people I really can depend on. But typically going to start out with your best. Even they asked Yahusha when they went to the wedding, they told him when they brought the bridegroom in, they said, you don't believe what every man does there, Darren. At the first, he put out his best. He said, every man at the first, he put out his best. Y'all got me? Because he feel like this is what's going to get me the glory among people. This going to get my victory. This going to get my win. Every man does that. But with him, he said, well, he said the best for last. You know what he looked at? What I need to do is let you go ahead and look at the failure first. That's how we got to this point for those of us that truly have gotten convicted to come here. We went out and thought we had the best until we came back to taste this and want to know this is different than anything else we've done. All the people we've been with, the things we've heard and we've been through, we were like, it hadn't been anything like that. There's no equivalent to what we teach. People say, oh, you sort of like, I said, no. Because it's just like with you. He said, to whom are you going to liken me to? I don't know what I could tell you he liked as an individual, as a person. I can tell you about some natural. Say, you know, by sweeter down 100 on 100. Yeah, it's better than that. So you said, no, I couldn't, he better than that. So I'm just saying, did you know about that? And because that's mediocre, the small thing. It's nothing to really compare him to. I don't know how. How do you compare all in all? How do you compare everything? We can't even fathom everlasting. How you start out at the end? When I started out, I was everlasting. They ain't even a start date. How do you start I was born everlasting? You're like, what? Everlasting at the end of something, ain't it? He said, well, when I started out, that was it. I already started where everything gonna end at. I'll be him. I am, was, and will be. Huh? That's why I asked her, to whom are you gonna liken me to? A man that can take a carnal book, carnal men, and put down instruction, although all the change that happened over the course of life. Governments have changed. Country names have changed. People have changed. Y'all got me? The weather has changed. Islands have been made and washed out. Y'all got me? Bridges are gone. Y'all hear me? Rise and fall of people. Y'all hear me? Disease and pestilence. The debris still remain the same. The debris still remain. And you ain't got to enhance it. It just does what it do. Just to give us a taste of it, say, well, when you get to know this, you get to know me. I'm never ending. You just can't buckle me down to one thing. You're going to know me as everything. And everything that I tell you to be that I am. You know what I'm saying? And it gives you such a mind to want to desire to be like him and to please him. Y'all got me? I feel indebted to somebody that does something for me. Anybody had anybody do something for them that they really needed? Well, for everybody who never have, if you hadn't, somebody did something you really needed. You just didn't know you needed. Somebody died for you so you could be saved. Although those other people that we all say that helped me, I got people, I got a lot of people that helped me. A lot of people that helped me, but I can't compare that help to what he did. I just can't compare. I can't use them to say something like that because I'll be lying. I don't know nothing that anybody did for me that would be like what he did. Because nobody's ever died for the atonements of my sin. Nobody ever did that for me. Nobody's never loved me. People told me they loved me. They loved me to a fault. They loved me to a fault or to a crossing. I'm talking about somebody that loved me beyond my fault. You heard people say that met all my needs. I heard people say that, but I really grasped that concept now. Y'all hear me? Because where I was at a point where I couldn't even love myself. I've been there where the Tony Smith was just need to die. I ain't talking about no spiritual. The natural man need to die by my own accord. By my own hands. Should kill him, shouldn't be living, just worthless, messed up everything messed up. Don't want to go on no more. He let me keep living. I know he did, because other people completed it. He stopped me. Gave me a purpose. Gave me a reason. Y'all got me? My reason for living ain't my family. My reason for living ain't my car or my house or my money or anything I got. Or my mama. I ain't living for my mama because it'll break my mama's heart. I ain't living for nobody. I'm living because I want to be saved. I'm living so I won't die and go to hell. I owe me that. Y'all hear me? You owe yourself. A lot of people in here, we all indebted to some things. Some of you, some people, they wouldn't die because they say, I just knew if I died, my family, you say yourself, you didn't die, he didn't let you die. But you thought in your mind that you were living for them. That's crazy. You should have went on and died. I ain't trying to live for my family. I'm trying to live so I can be saved. Y'all hear me? I'm just being honest. At the end of the day, let's deal with truth. If we don't deal with truth, we're gonna be lying. You're gonna die. You're gonna leave him. You can't stop it. You can't change it. You can't prolong. It's inevitable. You gotta die. So the only reason I'm living to make sure when I die right. Y'all hear me? So I can get up right. That's it. But I gotta make sure I gotta grasp this concept. I gotta make sure I know him in full assurance of the Amat. Y'all got me? That's why we talk about this and go over this. Let's finish it up. Come on, let's up. What I still got you, Roman?
Yes.
We'll start again. Our key, my heart's desire, prayer for Yahusha is that they might
be saved.
You still got me, Abarim 10:1. For I bear them record.
That they have a zeal of Elohim.
But not according to
knowledge.
For they being ignorant.
Of Elohim Sadiq.
Ain't going about.
To establish their own Sadiq.
Have not submitted.
Themselves unto the Sadiq of Elohim.
For the Mashiach.
Is the end of the law.
To who?
For Sadiq. To every one that believeth.
If you're really living right, then you ought to be able to get to him. A lot of people, you ask anybody, everybody say you don't live right. The average person, especially a liar. But then it ought to get you there. There's no way to follow it right and not get to him. Think about this. When we write, we start off writing right, correct? Then he told us that the word of Elohim is what was it? What was it? Right? And all his works are done in a month. Then he told him to sit down here at my what? Then you telling me that the Mashiach is the end of the law to who now?
Everyone that believeth.
Yeah.
For Mushah.
So he is the end, the conclusion. How did I not get to him if I write the way he tell me, if I live the way he tell me, if I walk the way he tell me? How did I not get to what's right? If my Sadiq going to be proven out to be right, it's got to get me to him. The man sit on the right, we write from the right. And the word is right. Then you ain't going to believe what you got to have. Righteousness. Prefix, right. Everything just right when it comes down to it. Simple principle. Just simple. That's how he kill us. That don't even mean that. That little simple stuff I'm talking don't even mean it. It's just letting people see. Do you see how I confound the wisdom of the wise and bring to nothing the understanding of the brutish? He made these people look stupid. He said, do you not know the little simple stuff I just explained to y'all? He said, guess what? Tell me this for me. That's foolishness. That's nothing. When we get into the heights and depths of this man's wisdom or this man's information, when it all makes sense, just do right. Huh? All right. Let's look back over here again. And we'll see how all this kind of work out. I'll bring 10 and 1. Listen. Appreciate you, Cam. That's it, ain't that right? That's right. Listen.
For the law, having a shadow of Ta'ub things to come,
but not
the very image of the things,
could do what?
Can never, with those sacrifices which they offered year by year continually, make the comers thereunto perfect.
So somebody heard the law ain't no good. The law, no, he tell you what was attached to it. It come down no offering, no sacrifice. All those things came on, they almost like metaphors in a sense. Those things were, they gave you a premise of what he actually came to do. These were atonements, kofar. Those sacrifices that were put there for a reason. They were there to atone for sin. Kofar. Y'all got me? These were shadows. Now, these things all came from something. Man didn't just pick up on his own and just start taking animals and just sacrificing animals for sin. They came from somewhere. That was an image. That was an image that sparked the shadow. And that shadow had some things attached to it. Y'all got me? Now he's trying to tell you about it. Listen.
For then would they not have ceased to be offered.
Listen.
Because that the worshipers, once purged, should have had no more conscience of sins.
Listen.
But in those sacrifices, there is a remembrance again made of sins every year.
See that? What are you talking about now? So-called. Well, I'm sorry, kofar. Kofar. That's what you come to do, make atonement for your sins. He's trying to tell you about all those things. Listen.
For it is not possible
that what?
That the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins.
Listen.
Wherefore, when he cometh into the Arats,
what happened?
He saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me.
What happened?
In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin,
which are what?
Thou hast had no pleasure.
This is what he said. In burnt offering and sacrifice for sin, he had had no pleasure. Listen.
Then said I,
Lo,
I come, in the volume of the book it is written of me, to do thy will, O Elohim.
What did he say?
Above when he said, sacrifice and offering, and burnt offerings and offering for sin,
which are what?
Thou wouldest not.
Yeah.
Neither had his pleasure therein, which are offered by the law.
So he's telling you about these sacrifices. So you got to clear it up. Because see, he know. It's always a smart nigga. Because in the 12th chapter, you ain't going to believe what they're going to tell you. So I beseech you therefore, brother, by the mercy of Elohim, that you present your body. See, but I caught him. See, that's why I love him. He said, which are offered by the law. Because then they're going to come along and say, see, he lied. He said he didn't have no pleasure in those sacrifices. No, not the ones that you offer for sin by the law. See how you got to clear yourself? Because there's always somebody trying to sit and trap him up. It's always somebody trying to be smart, trying to figure where he's lied away the whole time. He'll let you find what you need. You won't catch him. You just caught yourself up. That's why I don't want to be too smart. I get too smart, matter. Open that thing up, just then. He lied. Because he said the 12th chapter, present your body a living sacrifice. Now he just lied, whole book wrong. He said, which are offered by the law. Because he always got these people educated, ISO excellent, always thinking they caught something. He's trying to tell you about the law. Because I started out telling you about the shadow. What's attached to the shadow? It wasn't the very image. And what was attached to it could never take away sin. If it could, what need would it be for you to come here? If what was here took care of everything you had, why would you need to come here? That don't make sense. Listen. And now in convincing you is to let you know for those of you that are keepers of the law. Well, did it keep you from committing sin? Did it take away the conscience of sin? Now that's what we're dealing with. We found temporary behaviors with this. The shadow. What's attached to the shadow? But the image say, I get rid of temporary. Let's see what happened.
Then said he, Lo, I come to do thy will, O Elohim.
Listen.
He taketh away the first,
Pay attention now. He taketh away the first.
that he may establish the second.
That's what I love about it. Let you see the worst of it first. Then say what he doing here? Say the best for last. That's what he did at the wedding. Y'all see what he did to it? He waited all of it was gone. So he could establish the second. You ain't hear nobody. You know what you don't hear at the end of that story? Nobody saying they want no more wine. That's what they said after the first one. Because it wasn't possible. That first wine was going to be able to suit all those people. But when he told them, fill up to the brim, you don't hear nobody saying about, we ran out again. He went on ahead, let them digest all of it, got it in. That's how he knew that one was better. And the fact, I came behind it. Anytime you want to get people, I tell you to go to the club. I clubbed out. Ain't too many folk problems in our club. But they used to, you can get people with giving them something good first, because once you give them the good, their taste bud become acute. Eat a Snicker and go drink some Kool-Aid. What's going to be better, the Snicker or the Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid. Because now your taste done came acute to the Snicker taste. It's hard to come behind something like that become sweeter or take that taste. That's what he was trying to show you, that this is actually better than this. You only just got a taste. If you get him, you get real consumption. Y'all got me? And it's hard because you got to figure, convincing people not to leave this because they think that their taste is acute, but he tell them, when you taste this, you'll say, I'll come right back and I'll overshadow it with the image. See, that shadow was only to get you to the image. Y'all got me? So in seeing just what he did naturally and coming in the wedding, it was all gone. Nobody asked for no wine saying we was about to run out. Don't make sense. We waited till it was gone. She said, they have no wine. That's what you had when you had this and the offerings that was attached to it. This wasn't what was attached to it. Now, when you ran out and saw it didn't work, now you need to get something else. Listen what it said. Then
said he, Lo, I come to do thy will, O Elohim.
What happened?
He taketh away the first,
Listen what else he do.
that he may establish the second.
See that? Establish the second, the one that came after. Listen.
By the which will
Pay attention now.
we are set apart through the offering of the body of Yahusha HaMashiach once for all.
Let's go back and look at EU. EU 1:1. It's a beautiful way. EU 1:1. Listen.
There was a Ish in the land of Uz, whose name was Ayub, and that Ish was perfect and upright, and one that feared Elohim and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 Beni and 3 Banu, and his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses and a very great Beth, so that this Ish was the greatest of all the Anus of the east.
Listen.
And his Beni went and feasted in their Beth, every one his Yum, and sent and called for their 3 Banu to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the Yamim of their feasting were gone about,
What happened?
Ayub sent and consecrated them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all, For Ayub said, it may be that my Beni have sinned and cursed Elohim in their hearts. Thus did Ayub continually.
That's good. That's beautiful. Now we'll explain. Ayub had Beni. The Benis had a feast. This is what he was trying to tell him here. He said, you know, after Tu Yamim, it's the Feast of Pesach. What you will notice, they all did it in their yum. Ayub didn't do it with them. That's why I need you to look at this. I would like to eat it with you, but I'm going to hold off. He wasn't eating with them. They invited their sisters, their Banuth. They sat down, they ate. He didn't eat, as did Yahusha. Now, at the end of this stuff, he rose up early in the morning. That's why I took you here. It's about the third hour of the day when they took him up to crucify. That's why I took you there. Now, when you start to look at this, it told you he did this continually. That's why I took you here. Because it got to the end of it, he told you, Lord, I come. He took away the first, they might establish the second. By the which will, they were consecrated once and for all. This will keep you to death. Y'all hear me? This will keep you to death. That's why I took you here. Look at him doing this continually. This is the same thing he did. He sat there right here to continually set to be the offering and sacrifice for your sins. The reason why I took you, if you'd have paid attention when we went over here in the book of Order Yard 22 and 56, he said it may be. They might have cursed him in their heart because they want to blindfold him. Say they did a whole lot of blasphemous stuff, they said. That's why it's still in the tube. See, while those people were sitting there feasting, he already knew what they were going to do, just like Ayub did. Huh? Your law told you that. You don't believe what it told you. They sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. What was they going to do? They were children. But him being the man he was, see, when you read this, this all parallels to let you know it was talking about one man doing that. And it also told you he was perfect and he was upright. Just like the palm tree. That's why we look at it. See how much people miss? It might be that they might have cursed Elohim in their heart. And even the centurion, they tried to tell you that truly this was the Ben of Elohim. They said a lot of stuff out their mouth. That's why he stayed up there. This did he continually. Because he knew, and then that's why I took you him. Aki, because it would refer to the men, because his son, Beni, referred to men. My heart desire and prayer to Yahusha that they might be. Why else was he offered a sacrifice? He bared on record they had a zeal of Elohim, but not according to what? Because guess when they did their feast? In their own time. Because if it was his time, why you weren't celebrating with him? Because they were ignorant of Elohim's right. And guess what they went to do? And did not submit themselves unto the Sadiq of Elohim. Ayub won them. They invited their Banu. They didn't invite him. But him already knowing when people start doing their own right, I already know you're going to go wrong. So what are we going to do? Make a sacrifice. Our people proved it out. What were they doing? They should have been preparing for Pesach. What were they doing? They had established their own Sadiq. They had sat there and built them an idol. Y'all didn't even know it till you were taught it. People celebrate, and then the ignorant, stupid people to show you you're a transgressor, you go and you mimic it every year. Your church will go re-skit an idol. When he told you to learn not the custom of these people, for the custom of the people are vain. But you know what? They're going to establish their own Sadiq. Y'all got me? Because if they were following right, it should have gotten to the Mashiach. Y'all see how important it is for us to make sure that we're mindful of what we do? Let's look at something. Ayub, chapter 2. Excuse me. Two and one. Let's look at this. As for Elohim, it way perfect. He told you I'm the way, true, and the light. You already told he was perfect. Ayub was just a shadow, but not the very image. Everybody you know of the law, they were just shadow. Listen.
Again, there was a Ayub when the Ben of Elohim came to present themselves before Yahuwah, and Satan came also among them to present himself before Yahuwah.
What happened, son?
And Yahuwah said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahuwah and said, From going to and fro in the Arats, and from walking up and down in it.
Come on.
And Yahuwah said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Ayub, that there is none like him in the Arats, a perfect and an upright Ish, one that feareth Elohim and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him.
See that? Who y'all think they were talking about? They're talking about him. See, the name only means persecuted. His name also was Ayub, because he was persecuted. God tried to tell you, him you slew and hung on the tree. You persecuted. You persecuted. He was Ayub. He said the man was perfect. When the book told him he did no sin, neither was God found in his mouth, we should have listened. The shadow tried to tell us that. He was perfect and upright. One that feared Elohim. See, so now you got to ask yourself, what keeps you from doing what you do? That's why people, a lot of times when I told y'all about watch what you pray for and how you pray. Watch what you pray for and how you pray. Because a lot of times you're asking, ask for things, you'll get yourself out of a situation that will actually set up to actually save you or to keep you until you got saved. See, he was really mindful about what he prayed. His situation, being more than he can handle, being greater, but he said, nevertheless, not what I want, but let your will be done. Because if it's what I want, I'm going to stop it. I'll stop and I'll stop perfection. I'll stop salvation. I'll stop deliverance. I'll stop everything I actually try to say I'm trying to achieve. A lot of times the things y'all ask for, when he moves stuff out of your life, you got to learn how to just tell him to give you a mind to accept. Not like the serenity sign people buy and put over you. It really need to go in your toilet. Because people say things they don't really mean. You don't really mean. When it comes to you being saved, you got to realize something. It's going to cost you something. No. Folks, let me tell you something. Nobody going to be saved. It ain't cost them nothing. It's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you. It ain't going to show who you love. That being honest with you. Don't look for it. It'll cost you a child, children. It'll cost you a husband. You can get remarried and that one die. It can cost you a wife or wives, plural. It'll cost you a job or jobs. It'll cost you a leg or legs, plural. It'll cost you an eye or eyes, plural. I had to get over that hump. When I tell y'all that, you had to get rid of the fear of, a lot of fear we don't want, a lot of fear that we're afraid of, is more people than things. The only reason you don't want to be blind, because you don't want people to look at you talking about you. That'd be honest. Hey, come on. Come on. I can't see for, he blind, can't see. What? Why people talk about me? Why? You can't see them anyway. And what they say don't change your situation. That's the only reason you don't want to go through something, because people look at you different when something wrong with you. Y'all hear me? It kind of sparks out, and nobody want to be sent attention unless I'm doing something good or I'm doing something admirable among people. But it's in my shame or my disgrace. Why y'all looking at me? Turn, look off. Nobody want to be seen. See, he was humiliated in front of people. Stripped down in front of people. See, it took him to be humiliated to be elevated. Pride is a major thing that compares man from keeping from being perfect. There's some things you won't do. There's some things you're not going to do because you're a man. Some things you do, you're a woman, and anybody going to talk to you or do you But the situation he put him in humbling himself, he showed obedience. Now, anybody gonna touch him? But it took him being touched. He had to be spit on. Nobody gonna spit on him no more. He had to be ridiculed. Nobody gonna ridicule him no more. Y'all hear me? He had to be blindfolded. Nobody gonna blindfold him again. Y'all hear me? See, all these things that he did, elevating. You were taught about descending, coming down from, they say, your high horse, your high thought process, or how you operate. Then it's I elevate you in due time. That's what they did to him. I elevate you in due time. But that's one of the things we don't want. We want to start off at elevation. And you ain't gonna believe what we want to do from elevation. Higher, higher, higher. First you got to descend. For your ascend, descend. Y'all got me? A lot of times so we had to go through and we had to look at people, look at these shadows, and when you get through looking at these shadows, it should produce you back up to the image. See, as I went through and showed y'all the shadow, didn't I take you back to the image? That would show that I'm following the law lawfully. Now, if I'm shadow, ain't no image, then I'm not using it correctly. Y'all got me? Shadow produces images. Well, shadow is produced from image. Y'all got me? I ain't trying to say how much shadow I can follow. I need to get to the image. Y'all got me? So that's how we went. Look, that shadow. Let's go see image. Y'all got me? Now we're looking at shadow again. Shadow should produce image. This is what happened. Come on.
Thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause.
See that? So let me think about this. Sometimes when you're going through things, it ain't always, and I told y'all before about you being so bad, so wicked, repaid, but sometimes it's a test of you being shown whether or not you can stand, whether you've done something or not. It ain't always being punished for, and that's a part you got to learn, because a lot of people think if too many things happen to them and they feel like things shouldn't happen. But you ask anybody count, it shouldn't happen to him. The book said the man was upright. Now, this is the thing you look at from shadow. None of the people around him knew this. See, a lot of us can't take that. This one a confirmation he got. Can you imagine at the end of your suffering finding out, man, I was doing right. And through his suffering, he did just like you did. He questioned himself. He said, I don't even want to see my wretched self. He questioned himself. Cursed be the day that it was ever said a male child was born. He said the day they said it, let that day be stricken. Let the person that brought the news even be there. That's just how he felt in himself when he was going through. When you're going through, it's not abnormal to have feelings, to have emotions, or to be overstressed. But then you got to know where to put the blame and where things lie. He searched in himself. He didn't go trying to pick people. He searched in himself. Because when you're looking at your perfection, his perfection was only with men. It was never with Elohim. You couldn't count your perfection with Elohim. He started questioning, examining himself. That's what we don't do. What am I doing? Examine myself. All these different things forced him to the point, but the book said he still kept his integrity. He didn't go, man, I could have been drank. I could have been messing with hoes. I've been all the time living right, and all my kids, what's the point? Don't make no sense. All this believing kept his integrity. Anything do just like you know, search and see if the fault's in me. But see, this conversation you hearing about now, he didn't know nothing about that. If he'd have heard it, he'd have been kicking back like, man, these some nice boys on me. Look how I shine for him. Don't nothing bother me. Y'all hear me? Yeah. But he didn't know. You were reading something he didn't even know. Didn't know that his suffering was going to work out to his perfection. It was going to wind up working out to his glory. What y'all do when y'all go through your suffering? Faint. Find reason to quit. Find reason to complain and stop versus searching yourself and still keeping your integrity. What looked bad for him, we read it now, we don't see it that way because we know the conclusion of the whole matter. That was the conclusion of the whole matter. But going through at the time, he don't look too right. Surely did something. See, that's what people, when you ask people about you, when you're in your state and you're dealing with carnal-minded people, what do you expect them to tell you? All the advice some man they get going to be wrong because they don't know him. They don't know the mind of Elohim. They don't have the information of Elohim. They ain't got desire to be like. They look for fault. That's why I tell y'all, you got to watch your peer group. You got to watch people you deal with. Because why these people have you canceling out all the time? Y'all got me? And the man told you, even though he said, I'm going to stricken this man, I'm going to do this, you turn him. You turn me against him. Although the man has done nothing. You don't have to do nothing to something. That's what a mindset you got to change. Always think when something happens to you, you've done something wrong. Then you know the average you do know you be doing wrong. But when you grow and you move from that elementary principle, then you got to get to a mindset, realize you don't have to do nothing wrong for something to happen. The book says he calls it to rain on the just as well as the who? He called the sun to shine on the just as well as the so-called the sun shine. Don't you know sinner going to get that sun too? When it rains, saints, what they call saints and sinner both going to get wet. But you got to know your place, and you got to know the operations of Elohim. Why is it he could have chose me for something? Somebody watching me. Somebody need to see how I stand. Somebody need to see how I don't revert back to smoking and drinking. Let me tell you something. Those words that I gave y'all, I told you we don't use. Y'all knows I ain't been using them. You know why? So I just want to teach you how you got to be able to have control of yourself. See, an anus that don't have control over here, ruah, is just like a city without walls. Ain't nothing wrong with them. I do just like Shaul said. I learned how to be exalted. I learned how to be abased. I learned how to be hungry. I learned how to be full. See, you got some people have no control. See, those words don't have no power over me. It's just people carnal mind. You know what got power over me? I thought, I can obey this. None of them words made me go sleep, go drink no liquor. They made me go smoke no weed. Because they don't have that power over me. Some of you got, y'all lost it. Y'all was on your way to smoking weed. Y'all was on your way to getting drunk. You have to give power to that stuff. You got to be able to keep yourself down, but you got to be able to open your ear to discipline. Instruction. That's what I'm there for, instruction. I only use it because I tore down some people's worlds. I just tore their world down. But you know what I didn't do? I did not transgress against Yahuwah. I did not go get me no woman. I did not go no lusting binge. I ain't go homonging and smoking and drinking, and stealing and bank robbing and conniving and flim-flamming and scamming. People give a lot of power over the stuff. You just got to have an honest heart. I tell people, I want us to learn how to be honest. Be honest. Just take your time. Don't let all this stuff overpressure you to get your mind all overworked. Just live right. Whatever ain't right, he going to bring it up. He going to show it. And when it comes, be able to take it so you can make sure if you're honest, you're going to be able to walk in it. If you ain't honest, you ain't. You're going to fight it. It ain't going to show you're not honest. You're not honest. If you're honest, you walk in it. Y'all got me? That's our whole goal. Take our time and let's follow this thing the way he told us so we can get the image. Come on, finish this up.
And Satan answered Yahuwah and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a ish hath will he give for his life.
He said it come down to it. You push a nigga. A nigga do whatever he got to do to live. See, sometimes your problem might not be your wife, your husband, or your kids, or your job. Maybe it's you. Sometimes you can be your biggest problem. He said, let's get him pushed down life for life. Y'all know what they were talking about? Yahusha. Talking about him. That was a real test to see what he'll break. No, to tell you. Life for life. Him having to come down and put his life on the line. How about you lose your life? That's different than what I was thinking. He said, I'll give you the shirt off my back if you need it. Folks tell you all that stuff. I'll go out, but we ain't talking about getting them no life or no life. But this got him to a place of proving out his humility. What you're willing to do. That fear has to prove out that there's no end to what you'll do if you really love him. He had to be put in that situation. This ain't something, y'all, when I'm saying what I'll do, I'm saying because I've had some proof to come before me. some people that demonstrate the show. And all I got to do is follow the same words. If I follow the same words, how am I going to get a different result? How am I going to get a different result if I follow the same words? If I follow the same identical words, I should produce the same behavior. Yahusha said 5, Yehukanan 5:17. Matter of fact, 5:13 first. Yehukanan, make it 10, 11. Let me tell you something. That's when people kidnap people sometimes. They threaten to kill them, they give up everything they got. That's what he said. Skin for skin, man, come on. Life for life, come on. He said, man, give up everything he got so he can live. You got billionaire millionaires. They told, if you get them down, they said, listen, you give me all that you got, you can get up from this sick bed. You ain't said nothing. That's when they realized, this ain't worth me dying. Some of them got enough sense to realize, if I die, this ain't nothing. Somebody else going to get it. I'll give it up and be poor so I can live. Huh? He said, all a man got, he'll give up. So what he looked at? If his kids didn't move, if all that didn't move, if we start dealing with him, just attack him, just make it personal on him, he'll start to sit down and consider. And he'll get to a state, what the Satan hope was, he'll get to a state to where he'd be willing to do anything. He'd be willing to do anything. Let's see what it says. Yukonon 5. We're talking about following the same pattern. Listen, 5 and 11. Listen.
He answered them, he that made me whole, the same said unto me, take up thy bed and walk.
Y'all hear that? We talk about whole is complete. Listen.
Then asked they him, what each is that which said unto thee, take up thy bed and walk?
Mm-hmm.
And he that was healed wist not who it was.
He know who it was. Come on.
For Yahusha had conveyed himself away,
Yeah.
a multitude being in that place.
Listen.
Afterward Yahusha findeth him in the temple,
What happened?
and said unto him,
What did it say?
behold, thou art made whole.
Thou art made whole.
Sin no more, lest the worst thing come unto thee.
See that? See the difference being made whole? That's going to make sense. Whole going to be complete. No imperfection. Let's see, ask someone. Listen to come say, be made whole. People don't even realize, if any of y'all been in accidents before, had to do settlements for accidents and all, the purpose of why they paid you or paying you is because the law say they have to put you back to a certain state. When you came and struck me, I had a car. There's no way you can leave me carless. When you came and struck me, I was working. I lost time on my job, that's money away. The law said you have to be made whole. I have some pains that I didn't have before this accident. This pain I incurred for such amount of time. The law said you got to put these people back. I need your medical bill. That's the law. Guess where they got it from? Well, he done found a man down here for 30-something years. He want to know something. I just happen to be a lawyer. I specialize in the law. Do you want to be made whole? I'm looking for clients. Do you want to be put back the way you was? Do you want to get back to where a man's original state was? Do you want to be whole? But now I'm going to tell you something. After I make you whole, don't go and get yourself broken. Because next time it can get worse. It can be worse. And that ties along with your teaching. He said that when an unclean spirit is going out of a man and walking through dry place, seeking rest, finding none, he said, I will return to my house from whence I came. He said, when he find it, guess what he find it? Find it whole. Swept and gone. He find it whole. Then he go and take with him 7 more other devils. And they return. And the last estate, that's why I told you, it don't make sense to leave you incomplete. When he came, I came to make you whole. Now, in order for you to stay like this, you have to turn right and go straight. Unless it's going to be a worse thing. See, what he came to teach him, I already taught him about getting him to the image. Because you know what? He didn't have to tell him who he was. If you turn and do what I told you, if you turn right and go straight, you ain't going to believe you're going to run into me. You'll see me again. Had enough sense. After he had made him whole, he found him laying at the pool, down at the pool. Am I correct? Later, you ain't gonna believe where he found him at. In the temple. That's where they teach at. See, if you position yourself, you can't help but to sin. You ain't gonna help but to run into him again. But it's positioning yourself. You got to turn right and go straight, folks. The information he told me will make you whole. Don't go sinning, because you're going to be worse than you were the first time. Come on, finish this up.
The Ish departed and told the Yahudim that it was Yahusha which had made him whole. And
First he didn't know who he was. Now he know who he is. So you got to come to where the teaching at. Get in the right place. At first, I don't know who it was. I don't even know him. But when you get to the temple, where the teaching at? You run into him. They know why I told you. Why you run to him? Some guy, a person, a noun. No, he told me it was. It said Yahusha. That's who made me whole. That's what got me out the sin business. Y'all hear me? Listen.
And therefore did the Yahudim persecute Yahusha.
Wow. I ain't going to believe they said that. What you said they did what now?
Persecute Yahusha.
Or can't we just say you? People don't know. Why do you think they put that in there? Because it's going to make sense when you start looking at him now. EU. Who else could he be? Persecuted? Now you got the image. Shadow? Shadow? Now we're done image. Huh? Him going to the pool. All that was law they were doing. It was under law. But you follow it right, guess where it got it? To the image. See that? That's what I'm telling you. I know it's right. If you just walk on it and keep your mind stay on the purpose of what he says to do. Listen, all the stuff that we get into, I don't call them theatrics, from the dressing to all other stuff we do. But you get down to purpose of heart and intent. When you put man in God and a lot of stuff people take off to do, he just gave man law. He just gave man law, he just followed. A lot of other things were added from the tassel. They had no tassels in the garden. They were perfect. They weren't even circumcised in the garden. They were perfect. You come down to, even you come down to all other people you'll find from Newark now, they were perfect. They had no talent. These folks ain't go find some tassels somewhere they start looking up telling lies. They ain't gonna find it. Then you gonna run down, you gonna find Abraham, you ain't gonna find it. You find Abraham even before when he came, he got him. Wasn't even circumcised. So I gave you that for a token, as an art. So a lot of things will add on up, but you go back to find the conclusion you'll find with all the people, they were honest. They were honest and they feared and they loved him. When you come down all these things, you can put the headscarves on, don't wear the short pants out in public and do all this stuff. If you ain't honest, it ain't gonna save you. These people were honest. They were honest because they loved him. That's how the people loved, they feared him. Y'all hear me? And that's where the reward comes in from. All the other stuff that people do, even when it comes to circumcision. If you don't circumcise the heart, the other circumcision ain't no good. He even told they came to the circumcision, to the Gentiles. He said if they do that, which is not by nature, it's by nature for a Gentile to sin. He said if they do that, which is by the law, and not be circumcised, he said, man, that's circumcision right there in itself. Because all it was cutting away from something that was already natural. A man born with skin on the foot, that's already nature. You're cutting away from it. Just like you're cutting and separating yourself from sin. So if a Gentile will go and keep the law, which is by nature contrary to them, and circumcision it to him, he said, then that's already circumcision. Abraham wasn't circumcised when he left his father's house. It was an uncircumcision. He gave it to him for a token. Circumcision didn't make him obey nothing. You got me? Shadow followers. They don't even follow right. They don't even follow right. Because they didn't. Please don't go say I said circumcision was in vain. I never said that. Please don't misquote me on that. I never taught that. But I'm telling you about if the behavior, if the mindset not properly spread out people, all you're going to do is just going to be butchering up skin. It's just being honest. Go back to tattooing and everything else you're doing. All you're doing is just desecrating your body. Because there's not a behavior. There's not a willingness to work or to live, to obey, to be saved. You got people out there doing, they just law, they turban, they tassels, they circumcised, they everything else. They just ain't obedient. They got a zeal, but ain't according to knowledge. And it'll show because they'll be ignorant. And they'll go on about, they'll keep establishing their own rights. Got their mama curtains on, mama curtain rod. All that fool and walk around, hey, Michael, anybody, they made their own song. Who in the world been singing like that? Can't beat no tambourine in that stuff. Marine had a timbre, man. That folks can't beat no tambourine in that thing, man. What wrong with my tambourine? I got one back there. We gotta get back tambourine. Man, we gotta get back and get it, man. With it. We gotta get back all the he ain't work. But y'all said I gotta be saying, y'all drag around, mess around. Man, I don't mess around. I don't come out the box. Come out there, you come out there, get everything you got. You ain't gonna, don't be dragged. Anything you get, all of him, give me everything you got. Hey, come, he gave me everything he got. I'd be a fool to give him less. So we come back to look at a lot of things we do, not taken away, because those things are also set up as deterrent to some people. Because they're going to make that their whole, I don't want to be, I don't want to wear that, I don't want to wear. Because, see, it ain't that. It's just showing what's in you. If you want to be saved, you'll do it. You'll do it. And no, the headscarf ain't going to save you. No, the dress ain't going to save you. What's going to save you is that obedient heart. See, why people mess up, they tell me, I'm saved because what? You're an idiot now. You're saved because you obey the book. The book says you've obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered to you. Ain't no long pants save no man. That's crazy. Obedience saved. There's people going to hell that do a lot of stuff we do. See, you don't get obedient. You don't know why you went. It's a matter of time you take it off. See, those people are able to demonstrate. They're like a man like y'all. Told the man his wife was going to die. So don't even cover his mouth. And don't eat the bread of these people either. And said that when evening came, my wife died. And I did just like he commanded me. I did just like he commanded me. See, he showed you obedience. You don't think that man loved his wife? Had to. You know how I know he loved his wife? Not because he told me. Yahusha told me. He said, Ben of a news, I take away the apple of your eye with one blow. For better cry. Don't make sense to take away nobody's head. Talking about, I'm glad that bench did. I said bench, please. Bench. Ain't that right? Had to love her. Don't make sense to take away nothing from him he ain't love. So I'm going to take away who you love. Huh? With one blow. For better cry. You know, everything him had. Come on, if you love her, how you going to sit and don't cry? Man said for better cry. Every emotion in that man had to say, your wife just died. You done told me that then at evening she died. Not 5, 20 years, I could build myself. I want to get strong. Like I want some strength. Isn't that right? You evening. That evening, she died. I did just like he commanded. See, that's why he can use his obedience, not his circumcision. He ain't use his circumcision. Set him up and let him show you. I want you to demonstrate. I need somebody to be a witness. I don't need nobody on their time. I need somebody when I tell them to do something, now I need you to perform. When, oh Lord, how long can you give me a while? Let me get strong. Evening. He didn't give him a time. At evening, she died. They had to sit there and don't even do it. Folk bringing collard green, pig feet. You know, they're the nigga funeral. You ain't got no funeral, you ain't bring no collard green. Folks there bring you all kind of stuff, up fresh lamb. Don't eat it. That's what Yahusha did. Y'all didn't know that? That's why he wouldn't eat. He said, man, my wife dead. I ain't finna eat nothing. That's why he put him out. He wasn't going to eat it. One blow took y'all away. For better cry. Told him don't even eat the bread of the morning. Them folks didn't know what they were doing. He wouldn't eat it. See, he had so much. See that book. He had so much teaching to where it was virtually impossible for him to fail. Do you understand that if you take the teaching, it's impossible. The book told you it's impossible to commit sin. He said, "Can I sin?" Because of the fact you're looking at being born by the Dabarim, to a point that we go over so many instances, so much shadow, showing how all these people reflect him. This is my confidence. My confidence of how I stand. It can take daughter gone. Wife done been gone. Kids done been against me. Folks done been against me. I done had so much stuff. Ooh, good I don't want to talk about how much money I'm owed. Woo. Now that started to make me come in and do my job the less. Y'all know why? Them men didn't know why they were standing. They were standing for me. Y'all hear me? I'm telling you something. People do what they want to do. I stand on the shoulder of great men. Y'all hear me? Listen, I climbed up. You know what they tell me? Just hold the next man. They don't ask me to do nothing, but just tell me, you just hold the next man. I'm standing on these men's shoulders. Do you know the higher we go up, the bricks get less. Less weight on me, all the weight on them. You know what they tell me to do? Just hold the next man. That man climb up my shoulder, you know what I'm telling him? You just hold the next man. And we just keep passing the baton. Every time. I can't do this. Listen, I'm not going to falter. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to be discouraged. Y'all hear me? I got too many witnesses. I'm standing on the same thing they said. Then I got to get the same reward. You don't know how you do it. At some point, I had to stop trusting Tony Smith. At some point, Tony Smith's pride had to get out of the way. It's got to be tampered, dampered, struck down so Tony Smith don't get exalted. Because it's subject to him. The same thing happened with Yahusha. Now you set your mind up. That man said he's going to exalt his throne and he's going to be like the Most High. Who finna let you do that? You know what you tell some people, you tell some sinner you finna be saved. What you think you just said? You just made yourself their enemy. In your mind, you thinking people, that good. No. What you saying about us? Me and you hanging out, me and him hanging out. We doing stuff all the time here. He gonna say, man, I'm finna start there, I'm finna get saved, I wanna live right. What did he just say I've been doing? What the mother tucker box he just said I've been doing? That's what he just said. Yo, what is that? Man, I'm happy for you, man. Man, I hope you make. Where am I going? Why am I not trying to do it then? Right. We don't even think. What do you just think you just told somebody? Yeah. Y'all don't be conscious. Y'all don't think these people watching. What you think you just said? Man, I'm hanging out. He said, man, I'm gonna get my life. I get saved, man. I don't want to die and go to hell. That man just told me I'm finna go to hell. I'm finna find fault. I gotta find fault. See, y'all in y'all mind, y'all be thinking, people ain't happy for you. You didn't say, hey, I gotta get like you. You said, I'm gonna have to break away from you. I do something different than what me and you do. You just offended these people. Now we be so unconscious, we be thinking all that. Why do people kill this man? Man, walk around, I told him, fish dinner, mullet. Huh? Buy one basket, get 11 more basket free. They took up 12 baskets left over. Where you get this at? Man, look at him. The only person I seen do what Yahusha did, just a similitude to it. One. Only one I seen do similar to what he did in the natural. One. When it comes to that fish. Chuckles. Chuckles. For $3, you can get 4 chicken sandwiches. That's 8 buns. That's 2 fistfuls of lettuce. That's 2 whole tomatoes. That's a half a jar of mayonnaise. Hold on. And a fry, and a drink, and an apple fry, and an apple pie for $3. With that, I don't know what Yahusha gonna do. He's sitting like, they about to catch him. For $3.21? I took a pit. I said, I don't even believe it. I started just going and get them $3.21. I done the math. Get and just throw it to say, come here, I want to manage. What? So did what I told you. I said, I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up on them ass. I'm going to say, listen, do what I want. I want them fish, keep the bread and the lettuce. Give me the fry, put them in my hand. I got my own cup. How much I pay now? Because at $3.21 now, I'm getting 8 pieces of bread, 2 fistfuls of lettuce, 2 whole tomatoes, half a little jar of mayonnaise, a cup, a straw, and a lid, and the pack and an apple pie. That's at least 3 slices of apples. Give me the fish, no bun. Keep the lettuce and tomato. Put the fries in my hand. I got my own cup for the drink. How much should I be paying? I gotta be. I'm gonna mess them up. I'm saying, did what I want now. Go see your manager. Them jobs be such I guarantee when they get through, it's going to be more than 321. They're going to say, some kind of way the computer said, now you know that ain't right. I guarantee when I get through, it's going to be more than what it costs. That don't make sense. It's no way possible. Then you paying employee and lights. And you talking about, hello, welcome to Chuckle. How much that cost? Don't even tell me welcome. Don't say that. Just sign. Don't. I just want to see what I can get it for. That's crazy. These folks trying to compete against Yahusha. I'm going to stop their mouth. Come on, let's look at this. I don't know what I'm going to do with y'all. Listen.
But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy panim.
Y'all hear that? Let them set him up. Come on.
And Yahuwah said unto Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life.
Y'all hear this? He said, behold, he in your hand, but save his life. Listen.
So when Satan forth from the presence of Yahuwah, and smote Ayub with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown.
Yeah.
And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Then said his Nashim unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Elohim and die.
Listen.
But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. Nashim speaketh. What? Shall we receive Taub at the hand of Elohim?
And why?
Shall we not receive evil?
See that? We ain't going to receive Rasha. See, we would have never learned if it weren't for him. See, going back through the law done taught us a whole lot of things. We don't realize that. See, anything you get good or bad, Taub or Rasha, it's going to come through by his hand. He got to allow it. And I told you guys before, if we got to get to the premise of knowledge of realizing when situations happen, we got to know who to call on. Why am I going to you with my complaint when my complaint is with Elohim? Ain't that right? My desire for something to change, for me to be moved, I need to go to Elohim. And that's the mindset we got to get. And realize whatever I get come from him. Y'all got it? Regardless of how much I don't like it, whether you love to put stuff on the devil. Yeah, the devil might go and inquire or intrigue of him to come and call things to happen. I mean, people might pray for things to happen, but you can't do no more than he lets you. But the one thing I got over you, regardless of what he do, I know where mine come from. Daoud said, I will look to the hill from what was it again? What come about? What was it again? Where his help come from? Why would he be looking to the hill for help if he ain't need none? He says, that's who made the Shamayim and the Arats. I know where to look. If God who persecute me will come, I know where to look, and I know to be careful what I pray for. I know to be careful what I pray for. You can pray and you can want something back. He'll get back to you, but that ain't how you want it, huh? You should have specified. Because that's how I gave it to you. Yahusha was real specific when he spoke with him. Let's look at something. Yochanan 17 and 14 real quick. Yochanan. Matter of fact, give me 17 and 1 first. Let's see what happened. Yochanan 17 and 1. Y'all all right tonight? I appreciate the ushers working the ad and everything. I know it's a lot of work. They got to get up and down and read and everything. I appreciate it. Try not to get y'all too cold. We don't want to burn up either. We try to work and be fair. Listen.
These Dabarim spake Yahusha, and lifted up his eyes to Shamayim, and said,
What did he say?
Abba, the hour is come.
See that? When you pray, your eyes supposed to be closed. He's supposed to mess you up. See, that done got us so bad now. You pray your eyes closed, you feel retarded. That a car going? Say mess up, close your eyes, just close your eyes. Nigga messed up, nigga pray that he'll start drifting off. Then pray that, look up, so you don't mess up. Y'all hear me? We're praying our Father. My Lord, what is that? Say you don't mess up. Lift up your eyes. That's right, you don't mess up. Listen.
Abba.
Something wrong with y'all, just for the record. Go ahead.
The hour is come.
Yeah.
Glorify thy Ben,
With who?
that thy Ben also may glorify thee,
Listen.
as thou hast given him power over
See, when
all
he asked for
flesh.
glorification, you heard what he asked? So I can glorify you. So when you ask for something, what you ask for it for? See, you got to pay attention. If you want something, you just got to get it so I can use it for you. Because then the glory I get, what good is it going to do me if I ain't going to glorify you with it? See, you got to know how to pray. Some stuff, he don't have no problem with you getting some things you want. But a lot of stuff you want, what do you really want it for? He said, the glory I want to get, I want to be able to use it to glorify you with it. Come on.
As thou hast given him power over all flesh,
Listen.
that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him.
Listen.
And this is life eternal.
That they might do what?
Know thee,
The only who?
true Elohim,
And who else?
Yahusha HaMashiach,
Whom?
thou hast sent.
You know what? Here you go, Adam. The second. You ain't going to believe what he did. He had to take away the first so he could establish the second one. That's what Adam had. He had power over everything. He had authority. That power was authority. He gave him authority over everything, over all flesh. Huh? And he can give it to whom he will. That's what Adam, he called him, he gave him the name. That's what he gave him. That's what you was. Huh? He was just a shadow. He came along and give authority. He had authority to give it to whom as many as he would. Y'all got it? Listen.
I have glorified thee on the Aretz.
What happened?
I have finished the work which thou gavest me to
I
do.
don't use me asking for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mama, let me get $5. You gonna clean your room up? You gonna took out the trash? You done did your homework? Get your tackle bar back in the room. You see what? Before he asked, did what he told him now. See the difference? Give me the glory. I want glory. Because I'm going to take it. I'm going to glorify you. First of all, let me tell you what I did. I done everything you told me to do. Why wouldn't he give it? Now, when you ask for something, did you do what you were told? See, people don't pay attention, do they? He asked for something, but he done told. It don't make sense. I tell my wife, my kid, they listen, they remember. I said, you ever want more? Show you can take care of the little you got. The man said, I glorified you on the arrest. I done finished the work you gave me. Now I'm finna ask for more than what I had. But if I wasn't faithful in this, what am I gonna do with more? I got a one bedroom apartment with the shittum in the floor. And it's all messed up, tore up. All I need is a big house. 4-car garage. I like them big front yard. You had to go down and curve like a winding road and come back down now. My grave right at the front door, and it done covered the front door up. Now, what I'm going to do with a winding road yard, 6-bedroom, 4-car garage? What am I going to do with this? The man asked for glory, more than what I've had. I glorified you on the arrest. I finished the work you gave me. Now I'm asking you, I've done what you asked me to do. See, we be praying, ask for stuff, but the truth be told, as Yahusha said, they have not all obeyed. So what's the first thing we're going to put it on? It's him. He don't answer. The Dabarim ain't right. There's something wrong with it. Something going on. Versus, this is what he said. I did what he told me to do. Why wouldn't I get it? I'm only telling you that because I'm trying to show you the same pattern to follow. Boy, finish that 5th chapter right quick, the book of Yukanan. 5, I think he left off 15. 5:15, why I left off at? Then we'll come back and finish that up. Listen, your Ukanan 5:15, hold that 17. I still got that EU, chapter 2. Listen.
They each departed and told the Yahudim that it was Yahusha which had made him whole, and therefore did the Yahudim, Ayub, Yahusha, and sought to slay him because he had done these things on the Shabbat Yom.
Listen.
But Yahusha answered them, my Abba worketh hitherto.
My Abba
worketh hitherto.
He said, my Abba does this type of work. And what you do?
And I work.
I do the same work he does. What this statement meant, son?
Therefore the Yahudim sought the more to kill him.
And people going to love you, take you in, invite you when you start doing what he do. When you start mimicking the Father, the Abba, people just invite you in and nobody want nothing. Everybody want all good things to happen to you. When they saw, and he said, this is what the Abba does. I do the same thing he does. Therefore, they sought to kill him the less.
The more.
Why?
Because he not only had broken the Shabbat,
but said,
also that Elohim was his Abba,
doing what?
making himself equal with Elohim.
The interesting part about that, he made a statement in the book about a sheep. He declared this at the beginning. Let us make him in our image, after our likeness, and let him have. Now, if he coming down doing the same work I do, that's going to make him Elohim. See, anytime when the book tells us in Olive chapter 3, verse 1, it talks about, behold, what manner of the love the Father hath bestowed upon us, which should be called the Benz of Elohim, therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knoweth him not. It doth not appear what we shall be, but when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Everyone that had this hope in him purifies himself, even as, that's what purified, that hope. That hope kept him from getting contaminated. See, that hope works as a barrier. Y'all hear me? That's why he said, hope maketh not. What was again? The book taught about whosoever shall call upon him shall not be put to shame. See, that hope in that he'll answer, he'll reply, if I do what he told me, he won't make me be ashamed. That hope is keeping me. If I'm hoping he's going to come and do something for me, I'm going to demonstrate that hope by not doing some other thing. I ain't going to go to the titty bar because I'm hoping he's going to come get me. So that hope works as a barrier, as a keep. Y'all got me? I ain't going to go get nothing to drink, nothing to smoke. That hope that I have is working as a barrier. It's working as a keeper for me. Y'all got me? What we're going to do? We're going to get this thing right. We got to get down to the most simplest part of we really grasp the concept. That hope works as a barrier, as a keeper. He said every man that had this hope in him purifies himself. Now, if I'm waiting on him to come and get me, my hope he's going to come and get me, then I'm going to have to maintain some work. He's looking for a chase version. Kept. Then that hope I got is going to cause me to get rid of some stuff. Because I already know that ain't what he wants. Y'all got me? See, we've taken stuff and we try to make it so difficult that we done left center off of what he actually trying to get us to do. That hope, where you hoping in something, then you should be able to demonstrate that hope. Y'all got me? That hope has a demonstration in it. And there's a reward to those that set and hope and wait. He said it's going to purify you. Because in that hope is going to be based on what? Because faith come by what was it? And what I'm going to have to hear. That Dabarine going to teach me some things. The virgin that he's going to look for going to keep Shabbat. And the Mohadi. That virgin that he's looking to get, Beth Ula. We use virgin, that's what more people, Beth Ula, please. Hold your roll back down. And that right, there are things that are not going to be tatting up the bodies. We've done in time past, but now we've been renewed, right? I'm going to keep that. People say, wait, if you like, why don't you go write it? He said he's going to write his new name. Well, I'm going to let him do it. I ain't going to let the people down the tattoo park. I ain't going to let Moby Dick put it on me. Y'all hear me? Witch Hazel not going to put it on me. I'm going to hope and wait on him. I'm going to stay out of all these places he told me to get because of my hope. That hope is going to cause me to be purified because of me waiting. That's what Yahusha did when he was on the two. He was hoping on the Abba to come and get it. It purified it. That's why he hung him against the sun. He was being purified. Y'all got it? Your hope, it should cause something from you or cause Ayub was being persecuted. His hope, it was purifying him. Let me tell you what happened. Any of y'all ever took a detox? If you take a real detox, use a detox will take a lot of stuff out of you. It can push stuff out of your skin. It'll push bumps. All Ayub had done was took a detox. Have y'all ever took a detox that made your face bump up? Anybody had that? He had boils. He had boils all over his body. That was a strong detox. Drying out. Took him to lose his family, everything he had. He said what it pushed out of him. But look what it produced. Look what it produced for him. The man got double everything at the end. That's how you got to look at getting rid of these different things. It's a detox. Sometimes getting people out of your life, getting concerns out of your life, getting fears out. It's a detox. Y'all got me? Because those things begin to hamper you. The way those same things in the natural work inside your system to destroy organs vital organs in your body, causing disease and other cancers. Same thing sin does. So he gives you a detox. By you sitting and you hoping that his word, and he's faithful to it as he said, then it's going to cause a purification to come. It's going to cause a detox. It's some stuff, some conversation. It's some places you got to get out of your system, you're going to be saved. People will do it. You go to the doctor and find out if you got something going on. Dwayne, I can use you. You had to get up. You had to go take a detox. You're taking a detox now, matter of fact. Would you have taken that detox before you had known that you had illness? That illness, because you want to live, caused you to look at, I got to get some stuff out of my life, correct? That's the same thing we're doing. I'm telling y'all, you have something in your body called sin that's killing you. And the only way you're going to get yourself to get a better life is you're going to have to detox. Any real healing always, where you think they learn? They learn it from us. You know what the book told us? Ye are they which may clean the outside of the cup. It starts from the inside. Any illness or sickness you got is something, it's internal. It's internal. Any illness you got, it's internal. People will go put creams on. I got this sore that popped up, this sore, and I put this cream in it, go and it keep coming back. It's because I'm not fixing it. I'm band-aiding. I need to take something to put on the inside to get it out of my system. Just like sin. That's why I keep repenting. Every couple months, every other week, every other day, every year. Because you keep trying to put something on the exterior and it's on the interior. That's what we got to work to clean out. It starts from within first. Y'all got me? That's what we got to get clean first. We got to detox the body. Get sin out. Get hope in. That hope needs to cause you to where you will stand. You will stay. You will be persistent in what you desire and you're trying to get. But we don't have that. We keep trying to put something. A scarf don't fix nothing. Scarf don't. Scarves actually make you lazy. Dress don't cover up nothing. I'll just make you lazy. It's easy to pull up than to do this. Now, the reason why I say that, if you ain't obeying, it really is. It's just convenient. It's not for salvation. See, what you're doing is salvation. People say, yo, Scar say you be retarded. No, your obedience saved you. Obeying the truth. That's the truth. When I made you, I knew how I wanted you to look. I said, this is what I want you to wear. If you believe that I exist and you believe my word, you ain't going to have no problem with it. But you don't believe I exist, you don't believe my word, you believe these people, it bothers you. You hoping you looking to get saved. Well, I'm telling you what I like. Okay. Don't make sense. A man tell her why I like this right here. Wear that. She don't want to wear it. I don't like that. I can't stand it. She wear that. Because she don't want me. She wants somebody else. That's why she wear it. She want them. Because I don't want that. This is what I want. So you look like you want to be me. You'll wear what I want you to wear. Because this is what I like. That go vice versa for the man. So now that's what Yahusha look at. Who you trying to get? Because I told you I don't like it. Well, that's what Yahusha looked at. I want him. I love him. But I just don't wear what he like. That don't make sense. So he look at, so you looking for somebody else. Why else? If I say I don't like it, why would you wear it? I don't like it because you wear it because somebody else like it. And that's going to be a, see, you look at this same way we look at it. See, that's amazing. People can grasp that naturally, can't they? Why we can't grasp that from the Ruach? But you say, I mean, I love you, I just want to wear it. But I told you I don't like it. That's the same thing they tell you. Don't make sense. They say you wearing it, it's somebody else told you they like it, don't it? It's somebody else you want, because it don't make sense for you to do it. It's that simple. That don't make sense. It makes sense. You just don't want to make sense. That's just being honest. That's for everybody here. This is not hard if people try to make it. Only what you see them people out there wearing, get what? He don't like it. Why you want it? He don't like it. He don't like no weave. Don't care what them people, he's not looking at. He said the eyes of Yahuwah are over the Sadiq. His ears are open. That's why I don't hear them. And I ain't looking at no hole. A hole don't impress me. A hole don't impress me. There's anybody girl who will spend money. I'm not impressed with no hole. I just ain't impressed with it. I don't want it. That's to the biggest bidder. I don't want nothing like that. That's just being honest. You can't make nothing like that you want for no wine. He looking at for him, he needs something kept, something that reserved, something that trusts him. He wants something that can wait on him. Huh? He said, man, the heart of me, I trust her. He can't trust no hoe. No more than a woman can trust a gigolo. Or a jigger high. Huh? Jigger. Isn't that right? Jigger. 999,000. It's a lot of hate. All of the rest of y'all pressed down, running over. Nothing but good happened to you. Overshadow you. But that's what we got to look at. Learning how to be a pattern, learning how to show consistency. Come on, finish this up right here. I'm going to show y'all something right quick. The 17th chapter, book of Yahusha. Where we at, verse 3? Or are we further than that?
At verse 5.
At verse 5. Jump down to verse 14. Matter of fact, no, jump down and give me about verse 10. Let me see that what I want. Listen.
And all mine are thine.
I'm bringing up about verse, well, finish from where you were, 5?
5.
Listen.
And now, O Abba, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the Arats was.
Listen.
I have manifested thy name unto the Anus which thou gavest me.
Listen what happened.
Which thou gavest me out of the Arats.
Yeah.
Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy dabar.
See that? Man, showing himself to be faithful. And get what he realized, what we don't realize. They were yours first, and you gave it to me. Everything you got, why you don't realize that? It's his. I gave it to you. Why you keep thinking everything yours? It was yours, and you gave it to me. And I was faithful with what you gave me. And I taught them about you. What do we teach ours? We make sure they get a good education. We make sure they learn how to spell, read, write, arithmetic. He said, they were yours, you gave them to me, and I manifested your name to them. I kept them in what you told me. How we come up, because we try to appease so many people and styles and status quo to try to fit with people, we don't actually do what he told us to do. He's showing us a pattern. They're his. Nothing you got is yours. Everything belonged to him. That's what he's telling you. They were yours. You gave them to me. And when you did, I manifested your name to them. This is where we start looking at what we fall short at. Y'all know when we're losing our kids, we find a society out here that can do any and everything. These people have no standards. It's not even a culture. It's more a disgrace, synagogues, all these people. This table, and we're fighting to keep our kids on a straight and narrow, fighting a system that's designed to get them away from us. They teach our kids to hate us, and then the first thing we do versus trying to get love from our kids, we don't try to get the love out of him and say, I stayed at court. First thing we try to do, where you want to go so I can take you? What you want to wear so I can buy it for you? Who house you want to spend night so I can take you to it? Ain't take you behind nowhere. Your behind ain't wearing it, and your behind ain't going. Y'all know you're guilty in him. Y'all know you're guilty in him. You can't win nobody with that. You know how you win them? You stand on the dabarim. If I lost mine now because I stood on the dabarim, I ain't lost mine because I don't went to no Tootsie Roll party. Now y'all gonna do it. No, I ain't gonna let you wear that. I ain't doing it. You'll throw it right back in your face later. You're gonna lose, you be too tight. I definitely ain't finna lose your car, finna give you no world. This is standard, and then what I'm gonna stand with. If I lost you, it just wasn't meant for you to make it then. Y'all hear me? I'm telling y'all, don't listen to these folks here. They think they gonna keep her. You can't win no child trying to be with no child. Child gotta stay in a child place. You don't win no child trying to let no child run away. Child don't know what's best for them. They think they know. You don't know, you're a child. Huh? If a child knew what they were doing, you know what they'll be called? An adult. A mature adult. You're not, you're a child. Y'all hear me? That's that bottom line. You ain't gonna win with no world. You can try to get them kids the world, they're gonna come back and break your heart later. Y'all hear me? All right. Y'all will see it. Y'all better keep your heart strong, because you don't lose a lot of them. But at the end of the day, what you ain't gotta do, don't lose, you ain't take it. Just lost his. Did he move? Yahuwah came right back and gave him double. He stood. You know what y'all gonna do? Try to prance around with him, try to lie with him, let them play up with the world with them. Them kids will drag you right on the hill. Mine won't drag me to hell. Not happening. I'm gonna hold my integrity. Y'all hear me? Where you won't find, you won't see me falter. You will not see me walk through these doors late. You will not see me break down saying I can't do my job. Somebody sent me a text. I know how they're tremendous. That would be a lie from hell. I don't know what you're talking about. Ain't nothing weighing on me tremendous. Not at all. I don't shake. I don't wiggle. I don't move. Y'all hear me? I don't stand on all of his work. Please, you are wasting time. I need absolutely no comfort from nobody. Yahuwah is faithful. I got all these people that come behind me. Again, I want y'all to always know this. I don't need nobody to beat no drum. I don't need nobody to beat no, this is not no boast brand me. I tell y'all, I mean it. I stand on the shoulder of great men. I ain't moving. The same thing they doing, the same thing I'm doing. When the next man climb up on my shoulder, I don't tell you, just be able to hold the next man up. I'm holding mine. These men that I'm standing coming behind ain't never got to worry about. Nobody ain't got to never call me to talk to me. I ain't going to never have to be in no meeting. Y'all ain't going to never have to tote me and drag me. No, when you carry me, I'll be in a done box. Just ain't happening. It ain't no, oh, he can, no, it's, oh, the book is right. The book is right. Y'all got to set in y'all heart, quit being no whining people. That's dumb. That ain't no sin. Y'all some of the wicked people I've seen in my life. Hey, how you can't take nothing? If it weren't for these men that showed up, these folks live right and they lost. Why would I go ahead and be a sinner and lose? A sinner lose to their damnation. I lose to perfection. When he remove or take something, it to perfect me. He chastised me because he loved me. He chastised a sinner because he's trying to either get you to hear and turn or he's going to kill you later. So I know why I get mine. What's your excuse? I ain't going to sell out to be with no world. I ain't going to sell out to be with no world. I done that. Man, it's late in the evening. What y'all, the people eat doo-doo. How can I respect people eat doo-doo? I can't respect you. You eat doo-doo. All your friends eat doo-doo. Your mama and them eat doo-doo. I can't respect no stuff like that. Come on, son, finish this up. 17th chapter. What verse we at?
Verse 7.
Listen.
Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me
Listen,
are
they
of
have
thee.
known that all things that you've given me from where now?
Are of thee.
I said, this is all me. There's another problem coming in there. He said, everything that I got, I let him know, that's called Yahuwah gave it to me. The authority, the ability, Yahuwah gave it to me. This ain't me. This ain't my work and my ingenuity, how smart I am, what I say. He said, all thing I got, Yahuwah gave it to me. See, this supposed to spark them to want to serve him so they'll have. See, the problem, ain't nothing wrong with having things. You just can't let things have you. The problem, we got things got us, because we ain't got things, we ain't happy. If folk can't see them things, we ain't happy. You can't, listen, he give you all these things richly enjoy. You just got to keep things in perspective. Where everything belongs, who everything belongs to, who give it and who take it away, that's Yahuwah. When Yahuwah lost his kid, he said Yahuwah gave him to him. He said Yahuwah take him away. He said Barakah be the name of Yahuwah. What do you say? Why I had to lose, why folk be taking me, why somebody stuff. He took it. He gave it to you, he took it. Everything you got is on loan. You got to learn who to thank for, and you learn, and when he take it, you still got to learn how to be patient, say, the will of Yahuwah. He see fit to give it back to you. You just got to manifest works. You can't make things and people your whole, that's our whole idea a lot of times. What we got, a lot of us, our life's so shallow. It's just shallow. If I lose a friend, I'm dead. If I lose a mama, then I'm dead. If I lose a husband, I'm dead. How did you come in this world? You can't even find twins born at the same time. Look on that birth certificate, it's going to be second, minute, or hours difference. Some of them a day. One born at 12, one born at 12 and 1, that's a day difference. You can't have no same birthday. That by their account. No way they're going to be born at the same time. Y'all got me? Signifying you come in by yourself, you leave in by yourself. Oh, you can die in a busload of people. They're still going to put you in your own grave, your own casket. They may send to make everybody or your things, your kids, your house, your husband, your wife, your everything. That's stupid. You ain't have when you came in here, and when you leave, you ain't going to have them. Everything you love and got, somebody else will be having it when you leave him. Don't put your heart in this stuff, and then you still got to look at you got to go to judgment. Now it doesn't matter which way you're going, which you already know that now. Come on, finish that up, son.
For I have given unto them the Dabarim which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee,
Yeah.
and they have believed that thou didst send me.
Listen. That's tight. Come on, son.
I pray for them. I pray not for the Arats.
Yeah.
But
see that? He was specific in there. I'm praying somebody because they'll do like David. How many times I tried, I think, LaDon, you came up for prayer. You here, and David came and tried to lean in. Y'all remember that time? Y'all remember that? No, he tried to lean in on that prayer. I stopped by studying stuff, I wasn't praying for him. He said, pray for me. I wasn't praying. Y'all remember that? I was praying for him. I was going to pray that joke. That joke stood right there and tried to lean in on that prayer. Just like you, I wasn't praying for him. So I prayed not for him. Praying for other people in his line. And he knew some folk be trying to lean in on that prayer. He said, I'm not praying for the rest. I'm praying for them. I'm telling you, he let them know because he just put it out of his mouth. That'd be for everybody. That's why you got to look at how he prayed now. He said, I'm not praying for everybody. I got to be clear about that. I'm praying for these. I'm only praying for these 11. Listen.
But for them which thou hast given me.
See that? That's not what I'm praying for, the ones you done gave me. Come on.
For they are thine.
And who else?
And all mine are thine.
And what happened?
And thine are mine.
See that? That's the same thing. We got the same thing. That's how it got to be with Yahusha for us. You got to have the same thing he got. What he love, you got to love. What he hate, you got to hate. The problem with us, you hate everything he love. And you love everything he hate. That's why you get a different variable. That's what it's different when you how things work. And then you start looking at it's the inability of the Dabarim. It's not. The Dabarim can't work when you're outside of it. Y'all got me? I'm being honest. Y'all got to start changing. We all have to change how we do things. You're looking for different results. Look at how you working. Stop trying to do things again. Stop loving stuff he done told you. I already done said that desecrated me. Why would you love it? That's against me. Why would you love it? That's contrary to me. Why would you be with it? I told you to come out from among it and be separate. I just got to have it. That's tight. I know y'all guilty him. Ain't that right? They love them Buddhists out there. It ain't just out here. A bunch of them in here. I know y'all love a lot of that stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff out there so pretty. They put a straw in it, suck it up. I just want that word. We done deem something for us, not for us to have. If it ain't good for me to have it, why I want them to have it? Why I want somebody with it? As far as I want them, let them have it. I don't want you with it. It's against him. You're wind up causing me problems. Y'all hear me? And we don't even have that mindset. He look at why is it that when he tell us he deems something to be unclean for us, not for us, why do we want to be with people with it? Why we got to be like we some done conjoined twins with these sons? He had already told you, don't touch not the unclean thing, and I'll receive it. But we got to go get into it. They want me to go get it. I got to show them, just go in and just show my fade. Where am I going to just show my fade? Yeah. Bring that boot in there, too. Lift up your shield. Fold that thing on like a hot lane. Remember a hot lane, get that water, that thing split. Y'all know how that thing cut, they just bust. That's it. I said, done split your shield. That's going to be it. Man, we got to get our mindset. If this thing continue to go, y'all, we got to get our mindset on. We got to digress from a lot of this stuff. Got to start looking. Listen to this, just give you more where you got a mindset on application. We don't put the reinforcement up. It ain't about beating it into them, but it's about making sure we do the manifestation. And just like he said he did, I kept letting them know that what I got that from you. When I had them, I kept them, and they knew surely that I came out from you. See, that's what we got to do. When our kids get in these school systems, get around these people, they're going to get a lot of science. They're going to get a lot of mythology. They're going to get a lot of bogus history. They're going to get a lot of world geography. Everything going to be so misconstrued that when they come back and hear this is where the doubt going to come in at. None of the doubt going to come in about none of the other stuff they heard. Mythology ain't no doubt about it. It's true. A lie is true. Right there, your kid is a retard, and you're a retard for letting them do it. They don't get taught sad killer love story. Romeo and Juliet, why would you teach that to any kid? They tell them to go kill themselves, they can't have each other. White kids do that. Now the nigger kids want to do it. Why are we letting our kids play this junk out? Sick Roman Greek stuff. Kids go take some poison and kill. They said it's a great love story. Just a retard. I ain't never thought nothing about Romeo and Juliet. How many of y'all took it? College, they gave you college. How many of them? It's considered to be one of the greatest drama roles ever. These bastards killed themselves. They were minors. It's crazy. They teach you something and tell you there's some required reading. And all our kids are suicidal now. Black kids want to kill, they say they can't go to a dance. Nigga ain't even got no rhythm. Go to the dance, guess what they gonna do? Stay on the wall. They gonna kill, they say they can't go to the dance. Take them to the dance, see if they dance. They don't stay on the wall. But then they gonna kill, they say they go to the dance. So get out the wall and dance. If you make me get out the dance, I'm gonna kill myself. I can't win. You gonna kill yourself, you gonna go. Then you gonna kill yourself, I tell you to go dance. Because they watch these love stories, they watch these ignorant people that say these child molesting teachers, these rotten adults that call themselves chaperone. We trust everybody, neighbor, everybody, our kid. No, I don't do that. I don't play that. I don't play that, no. I tell my kid, stay out of full house. I don't know these people. I don't care what that. They can be police, they can be the government, be done. I don't want my kid on their business. I don't trust you. That don't move me. Remember, I had that baton shoved up my son behind. They'll be all right. I don't trust everybody. You ain't trust them, no. They had very little spend night. Jerry Rutter, and they got cut off. They didn't stay no while. No friend housing. You ain't got no friend spend night. Stay home, I'm your friend. Me and your mom your friend. Come here and go to sleep. So all that crying for, all you gonna go and go to sleep right here? Well, come here and go to sleep. So you busting, what you crying for? Ain't you going to sleep? So right here, hypocrite. What's all that crying for? Let them go to sleep. Make them a pallet right there by that bed. Let them go to sleep. You sleep over here. That's because they lying. You sleep right here. What you gonna be doing right here that you can't do over there? Behind ain't gonna be sleeping. Gonna be in the door in figure four. Lay down right here. A lot of them sleep over. A lot of these kids done got messed up and broke in. I don't know why we so trusted with all these people. It's the truth. Kid, come here and sleep right here. You be all right. Some good tea. Don't need to be in everybody's house. They'll be all right. I don't like that thing, that boy. I'm trying to help you out. Save your kids. One thing about it, if you do lose them, don't lose them because you don't compromise to them. You can sleep at home. Oh, I got me better. I'd have never let them pull that joint. What they doing? Pull on the joint, they need to pull the one they doing leg. Kid got no business smoking no real. Them folks, get them on them folks, let them drink. You don't know nothing about them people. People drink that day and they got their refrigerator on kid. I was a kid, I went in and drunk out of it. I'm grown, I go in there and drink out of it now. But I got hope. Isn't that right? Now how these folks keep a refrigerator and drug all kind of cabinet, all kind of liquor, especially white folk. I just date white. When we go out there, man, they have expensive champagne all in the refrigerator. We just go out there, open and just drink it. We just drink, put our mouth on it. I said, we know they dad and them hate niggas. We did. We put our mouth and drink on it. I said when they drinking, they gonna drink nothing but nigga. We did. We go in the refrigerator, he said, man, look at him. We said, man, everybody put your mouth on. Say they white mom and daddy come home, they was drunk out of some niggas. They tell us, oh, my mom and dad them. Say, oh, they light no black. What they bedroom, man? Ain't like we go in there and steal out their bedroom. What they white folk, I don't know, they put locks on their door. I don't have to put no lock on. I leave that door open. There's a barrier right there, so I'll kill you, I'll catch you now. White folk be like, what's in? Let's pick this lock, go in this bed. Why white folk lock their doors on their kid in their room? They go ahead and we don't find your funny stuff in him. All right? You be surprised what white folk keep in their bedroom. Trying to tell you now, man. One boy, she had a vibrator, that thing like the space shuttle. That thing get cut on and set up, that thing went through the roof. White folk freaky, boy. I'm telling you, they got them locks on their door. You be like, why you got locks on your bedroom door him? Man, you be surprised. You think them jokers work for Nelson. I'm trying to tell you now. They sure have some good look. They doing some stuff. I ain't know what about that stuff at. But they had a freakathon boy be in their room. Ain't that right? Y'all all right? They think I'm crazy, though. See, we got to set a pattern. If we're going to make changes, set a pattern. Learn how to pray. Learn what to say. Make sure when you're asking, make sure you're done what you're supposed to do. That's how you get the result. Don't be praying, asking for nothing. You ain't done nothing with what you're supposed to do. It don't make sense. And people going to sit around and say he don't answer. That's a lie. He does answer. He answers those that do what they're supposed to do. Don't ask for nothing until you do something. Well, I don't have no wife. Well, I don't have no husband. Well, I mean, how you going to do it? It's bad. The shadow, look at that. That's too much. You got the shadow and the image. What you finna do with a wife and a husband? What is you finna do? You gonna have to get rid of that shadow and the image. All right, what he say? He take away the what? So he can establish the second. You ain't gonna be have no wife, no husband, this and that and that. No, you don't need that. There's too much going on. Isn't that right? You be like the woman that you done had 5. 999,769 more. I had a million of these things. You got to clean this thing up. That being honest, people asking for stuff, but are you really living to the qualification of having it? I can tell you want to. I'm telling you now, if it's something that's right for you, you'll get it. But the first thing I make sure you do, you got to do what's been told you to do that's right. You can't go asking and looking for something you ain't even obeyed. And it's bad that everybody put it on him as a failure. Versus the failure is on us. When we don't comply, we don't complete, we don't do, don't look for nothing. Then you don't even have the faith that you even trust him to do what he say he'll do. I just want to clear the record up for him. He done been put in some bad situations where people have gone and lied and look at though his word is taking none effect. His word take effect to those that believe, those that consistent. Ain't that wrong with you because you have feelings or emotion. It's just your feelings and your emotion can't override obedience. Y'all got me? You know how he made you is how you construct it. Everybody here was reared differently. But everything don't make no difference how everyone was reared, whether we were molested or not molested, whether we grew up in adultery, single parent home, 2-parent home, or no parent home, or using an adoption agency. It don't matter if you grew up scared or you grew up brave. It don't matter if you grew up in prison or you grew up free. It does not matter. When it comes down to the obedience of the Dabarine, everybody can do it. And you got to put aside those other circumstances, situations you had, and you got to start complying with what you've been told to do. Makes no difference. Nobody here got an excuse. Nobody here has done nothing that obligates them or take them away from the obligation of what he told you to do. You are a fool if you think you have. What you done that's so special that keeps you from that you can't obey it? Nothing. You ain't went through nothing. You ain't done nothing that can keep you from doing what he told you except you. You are your own problem. You seek to fail. You look for reason to quit. You look for reason to make excuses, whereas you looking for reason to get yourself saved. That's the more reason why you need to get saved. You never completed nothing in your life. You've been sorry and no good your whole darn life. And you need to know that so you can get better. Crybaby niggas. Sorry niggas. This ought to make you want to do better. For everything I was before, I worked to never be that person again. That's stupid to go back to want to be the old person. Well, when I cried because of that, I won't want to die because of that person. That'd be stupid to call on him to be free, to go right back to doing the same stupid stuff. And sorry excuse. Ain't nobody here got no excuses. None. Not one excuse. Give me one. Who ain't here got an excuse? Everything that happened in your life done came on done happened because of you. I say you ain't even suffering of being persecuted for no Sadiq. You've been suffering because you're disobedient, you're non-willing to comply, won't your doing way, you're a spoiled, rotten nigger brat. And you got white niggas too. Asian niggas, Mexican niggas. You got niggas. Nigga ain't left of no color. It's time to get it right. Everybody. That's right. I don't care if you sick or you well, you still got to obey. I don't care if you short or you tall, you got to obey. Care if you married, single, separated, you still got to obey. Whether your kids at home or gone, you still got to obey. Hear me talking. That old coward nigga stuff. I don't make no excuses. I ain't buying none either. Anybody that sell them, put them up. I don't want them. Ain't no excuse. He said, not coming spoken of, we have not had sin, but now you ain't got no coat for your sin. Anybody sit around, anybody, you friend, anybody come, they old crying nigga, so get away from me, nigga. I don't hear that junk. Let them be a sad, sorry nigga by themselves. Everybody going through something. But it don't change the validity of the doctrine. It don't change your obligation. Ayub didn't drop his obligation because his family died. He didn't drop his obligation because his friends turned on him, because his wife sat around and even ridiculed him. He knew he still had obligations. Now, why you won't sit here and you maintain your obligations? You know how many people I've seen come through here and leave? I couldn't count them all. At the end of the day, where you come, you go, I'm going to still be faithful. Because I ain't come here for you. I came here to make sure I got myself right. I ain't going to leave till I get what I came to get. I got to be saved. And nothing else, I got to be saved. Y'all can let your world be big as you want. Your problems are only big to you. You know what the world be doing with you and your problem? Still spinning. Ain't nobody going through nothing going to stop their world from spinning. The world ain't going to stop because they got a bridge. Just fell, a major bridge, traffic crossover, 85 in Georgia. Showed them 50 states. You know what happened? Traffic goes around. I close down no expressway for you. Blank you. Fill in the blank. They just try insignificant. Everything you got don't matter. Anybody stopping? There's always another way. And you got to set in your mind you want to, you stop being a stupid fool trying to make your problem bigger than what it is. Y'all still be so mediocre. It make no sense. I look at it right here, man. You have to account. It's just all part of life. Only reason I got problems because I'm living. If I were dead, I wouldn't have no problem. Problem don't bother me that much when I think about I could be dead. There's some people ain't got no problem. They all dead. Dead people don't have no problem until they get back up. That's why I got problems. That's why stuff attack me, because I'm standing on something. You getting attacked. You know what bad to be attacked and something go through? You ain't even standing on nothing. Now that's when it's bad. That bad be serving. You ain't even believing nothing. You ought to have free course, free reign. You shouldn't have an unhappy day in your life when you can do anything. I got a stand in my life and I ain't sad. So listen, I ain't shedding no tears. I ain't running hiding from nobody. Listen, I'm doing mighty fine. Because I know in whom I believe. And I'm persuaded he able to keep that which I done committed against that day. Because I know I ain't going to be here forever. It's just a matter of time. Y'all behind going to be out of here. I ain't talking about at the door. Your behind going to be in a cruel grave somewhere. And when you get back from there, I told y'all over and over again, you just keep hearing that. You'll appreciate when you get back up. When the next voice you'll hear, it'll be his. You ever been in a place that said the next voice we'll hear be our extreme, illustrious pastor. It'll be the chief raha. Now, when he tell you what you're going to do, he ain't going to take no straightening. He ain't going to take no looks. He ain't going to take no talking back. He ain't going to take no what you ain't going to do. You're going to do exactly what he tell you to do. When he tell you go to hell, you'll be moving real swift. You'll move faster than you want to go, and there'll be nothing you can do about it. Y'all hear me? Now, y'all want to be real with each other? Be real with each other. Y'all want to keep being hypocrites? Sometimes I don't know how y'all go being no hypocrite. Man, be real. Be real. You live better. You feel better. Just be real. Somebody asks you, how that? It's ugly. How that? I feel better. I ain't got to lie. You still talking about it. I'm good. You start lying, you got to keep lying, and your lies come up. Then you go tell somebody the truth. Then it come back up, and then you're trying to remember, well, I didn't quite lie. What did you quite do? Because you had